The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of live
playing of our national anthem. Thank you very much here. Miley Astridge, Charlie Milligan, Addie Flick, Ivy Schiffer, Avery Douglas, and Megan Young, part of the drill team.
Welcome, racing fans, to the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. We're sorry we cut off Ashley's fair history bank, but we saw these kids out here and thought that you might want to see that. It was a pretty nice little display. Their drill team looked like all quite young kids, so that's pretty special that they had that at Bucyrus. So I'm Susan Schroeder here with Tom Pye, the harness guy, and Chris from Trot and Pace Marketing. So we're going to bring you all the action tonight from Bucyrus.
Absolutely. We have
Third race
11
5, I woke up
great
like this.
races tonight,
Chris Lems on
including
5
divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series for 2-year-old pacing fillies, each
10th
going
race,
for
the
a
5,
purse
Rose
of
Run Warner, Chris Page and Rose Run
$17,500.
Warner
Big bucks
race
here in
10.
Bucyrus, and this is the Crawford County Fair from Bucyrus, Ohio. This is the main railroad town in Ohio. Basically, factor in World War II, the fairgrounds became the training center for the engineers and the maintenance and ways employees of the railroad. And they went off to, they helped build many canals and bridges all over the world. But tonight, Susan,
Tonight we have a band.
a band. I love a band.
They are right down here, and I hope you all can hear them a little bit. We'll probably be talking over them somewhat, but it's always just, I just think that that's the old-time county fair when you've got a band.
I'm waiting. This is a John Philip Sousa.
Well, you would know that, Tom Pye.
Well, no, I don't. Basically every marching song is a John Philip Sousa song.
Yeah.
He was the March King. Not the Lion King, the March King.
The Marching King.
They have the tubas, 2 tubas. That's a pretty big band. They have probably about 20 people there. Sounds more like 40.
It does. They're probably some kind of a community band. We didn't get the skinny on them yet.
But when they started up, they shocked me a bit. I wasn't expecting that.
We've got 70 horses in tonight with 42 different trainers. And as Tom said, 5 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series. The 2-year-old filly trot is held here at Bucyrus. And then, of course, we have the Home Talent Colt Stakes also. So we've got a full night of racing.
Some pretty good miles. And speaking of pretty good miles, pretty good horses, pretty good trainers, pretty good drivers. We have for the county fair, we have quite a few internationally known names for drivers.
Internationally?
Internationally. Well, if you count Canada and Ireland and Scotland, that's international. Hello to our friends, Mon Ami in Canada. Bonjour. The top of the evening for you over in, well, it might be late night time over in Ireland. Yes, late. Probably about 12.
Yeah. But we do have people that stay up late to watch us.
Very appreciative crowd here. Nice band. First race is sponsored by the Steiners Stock Farm. The 2-year-old fillies have, let me give you some of the trainers in here. You know Archie Buford, Scott Betts, Hugh Beatty, Sandy Beatty, Lonnie Graber, if you want, Virgil Morgan Jr., Lionel Wadica, and Jessica Smith. Our drivers, Archie Buford, Mike Wilder, Chris Page, Chris Slims, Brett Miller, Derek Wadica, and Chris Presley. So that's a good assortment, a fine crew, a fine bunch of horses. These fillies none of them have more than 4 starts. But McAngel, Sandy Beatty's trainee, is 2 for 2, including a mark last week of 155 flat at Northfield last quarter and 28-4. That was in the Buckeye Stallion Series. So I imagine she will be everyone's favorite.
Just a minute. Back to the history. Can we do the history thing?
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
we'll be back to talk more about this first race, these great fillies, after you see a little fair history.
The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of livestock and needlework were exhibited at the town courthouse. By year 3, the fair was a community-wide gathering, complete with a small racetrack. Harness racing proved to be the main attraction, and when the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, the first thing built was a half-mile track. Crawford County has a rich history of standardbreds. Bucyrus was home to Pickwick Farms. The original owner began the venture in 1884, but it was Walter J. Michael who transformed the breeding farm. Pickwick was the nation's 4th largest breeding farm in the 1970s. It stood great sires like Gene Abbey and Baron Hanover. Michael raised over 1,600 horses, and his impact on the industry was immense. He was president of the United States Trian Association, instigated the creation of the Little Brown Jug, and established Northfield Park, one of Ohio's 4 parimutuel tracks. Michael was elected to Ohio's Living Hall of Fame in 1979 for his contributions. Today, Crawford County is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 nights of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Okay, welcome back to the Crawford County Fair at Bucyrus. We're getting ready for the first race post parade. Looks like there's 5 horses on the track. 3 of these horses won the Buckeye Stallion Series last week at Northfield Park. We have Oskello Hanover, who won in 56 and 1. McAngel, that Tom talked about, won in 55. And Bowery won in 55 and 4. So we've got some pretty competitive fillies in here.
Yeah, very competitive. Good fillies. We got just about. Let's take them to the post parade with our announcers. Ayers. Is that Ayers?
Yes, that is
Hi,
Ayers.
Ayers. Sorry about that. I should have recognized your voice.
Stock Farm.
We meld
This one
together.
offers win, play, show, exacta, quinella, trifecta, daily double wagering. A purse here, $17,500. Rich purses here tonight. Alex Hawk on 2, Ryan Stahl on 5. 1 is Leighton Great, the driver, Archie Buford. 2, Osceola Hanover, driver change, Alex Hawk. 3 is McAngel and Chris Page. 4, Into the Mist, Chris Lems. 5, Bowery, make that driver, Ryan Stahl. 6, Fear the Beach, Derek Waddiker's up. And the 7, Dark Side of the Moon, Chris Presley in the sulky. That is the field for the first race. We have Alex Hawk on 2, Ryan Stahl on 5. Again, a purse here, $17,500. Lots of big purses here for you to watch tonight. This race offers win, play, show, exacta, quinella, trifecta, daily double wagering here in the first.
There are 33 fillies entered in this Buckeye Stallion Series tonight. This is their second leg, and 25 of those 33 raced up at Northfield last week. So they're vying for points.
They are, and I'm looking at the fillies at 2 win at Northfield. Okay. The 1 pacing 55 and 4 at Northfield. 2 winning 56 and 1. McAngel, the winner in 55. Into the Mist was paced in 57 and 1 at Northfield. Bowery winning 55 and 4 at Northfield. Last quarter 28 and 4. Picks up is Brett Miller going to be here.
Actually, Ryan Stahl's down to drive.
Oh, he's okay. So
Yep.
I missed that.
We got a few driver changes. I'll let you know. The 2-horse Oskello Hanover is going to be driven by Alex Hawk. The 5-horse Bowery by Ryan Stahl.
Thank you, Susan. And the 6 last week was second in paced in 56 and 1, last quarter in 29 seconds. And Dark Side of the Moon with Chris Presley. 55 and 3, last quarter 28-1. All at Northfield, all half-mile tracks, all 2-year-old pacing fillies.
Yeah, and every one of the every one of the fillies in this race raced last week at Northfield in the Buckeye.
Yeah, and looking at without glancing at the board, it's a public's choice. I'm going to have to go with McAngel and Chris Page because simply for the fact she beat all these other horses last week. And nice McCardle filly out of a tell-all mare by the name of
Deny It to the End.
I have to rely on my co-host because I look and I say, hey, we're just talking about that this morning, about how it's tough to read these things. And, of course, that's one of Roger's peeves. He does not like to have to go with the four words in one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, but as long as you can say the name in the winner's circle and at the finish line. So
That's
I will
right.
just stick with my initial pick of McAngel. They're milling around the backside, if you can see on the camera. If Chris would pan out, you can see the big water tower.
That's probably right behind the post.
Right behind the post. Well, good shot. But it's of all the tracks we've been to, when you take a picture and you see that, everyone else at all the other fairs, they see the water tower with Bucyrus. Oh, I wish we had one like that.
Yeah, that's always it's a good advertisement.
Yeah.
5 of these fillies were sold at public auction. So the one horse, Late and Great, was sold at the Blooded Horse sale for $8,500. The Oskello Hanover was sold at the Ohio Select sale for $16,000. Into the Mist, the 4 horse, was sold for $15,000, also at the Ohio Select. And Fear the Beach, the richest yearling in this group, sold for $25,000. Dark Side of the Moon, the 7 horse, sold for $21,000 at the Lexington Select. The Lexington Select sale usually goes, I think, for like 4 or 5 days, and the Ohio breds are sold on the last day.
They saved the best for last.
The best for last. And there's always some bargains because some
Trying to
people
call
have
you in
gone
here for the
home.
first
So
race. Short
Absolutely.
time to wager.
I mean, as they call them,
Still
the big hitters,
time
and
to
they
get your
spend
daily double plays in, but you will have to
400,
hurry.
500,000 on a yearling. There's not too much cash flow at the end of that.
Yeah.
But
But there's still, these Ohio breds are getting more and more in favor. A lot of people that race out at a different track, race out east, they now see the value in,
absolutely.
in having an Ohio bred.
And we have 65 county fairs for them to learn and earn.
Yep.
You get to enjoy the sights, the sounds, and the people of
The
Ohio.
starter is calling in the horses for the
4
first
parity
race.
race tracks, which is the big tracks.
Yep.
The
Northfield,
Munns Barnstable Funeral Home
Miami
starting
Valley,
gate is in
Dayton,
motion.
and
Buckeye Stallion Series
Scioto
2-year-old filly
Downs.
Pacers. Per
they're behind the gate, so let's go down to Ayers for the call.
Farm. It's 72 degrees. The track is fast. And it's post time here at the Crawford County Fair. They're at the top of the stretch for tonight's first race, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Leighton Great and Buford goes right out there looking for the lead. Osceola Hanover is there in second. McAngel at the wood third. Bowery is moving up on the outside for Ryan Stahl. Over there to be next comes Into the Mist as they straighten away into the backstretch. Then we have Fear the Beach, and the trailer is Dark Side of the Moon. So they're going at it up top. On the outside, it's Bowery. Inside, Leighton Great as they pace by the opening fraction. Ryan Stahl wants to go. Archie Buford finally let him there. Opening quarter in 29 4/5. Into the turn they go. Bowery has made the lead. Leighton Great is right there, nose to helmet second. Osceola Hanover is third. McAngel is there in fourth as they straighten away and move down here to the half, and now Alex Hawk is tipping out with Osceola Hanover. Over there to be next along the rail is Into the Mist. It is Fear the Beach and the trailer Dark Side of the Moon. They're still going a pot clip here in 58 4/5. The leader is Bowery. On the outside, Osceola Hanover is pressing the issue. Leighton Great's right there at the rail. Up and on the outside as they move into the backstretch comes McAngel. As they continue on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race, the leader is Bowery. The lead is just a neck. Outside Osceola Hanover. Here comes McAngel. And the Angels flying high as they go by 3/4. McAngel is moving out there 129 1. Bowery is there in second. Leighton Great a pacing third. On the move in fourth is Fear the Beach as they come to the top of the stretch. And McAngel off the rail with the lead. Bowery could not fend her off in second. Leighton Great begs for racing room. It's McAngel. Bowery on the inside trying to battle back, but McAngel will win. Bowery's in for second, close for third. 158 2/5.
Just call me McAngel in the morning.
That was a wicked move that horse made up the backside, tipped 3 wide, and just
The
went
winning
by
move. The winning move,
It was
too.
great. It was great. Mile in 58 2. If this is any indication, we got 5 tough races with those Buckeye Stallion Series fillies.
They're tough little ladies. Congratulations to Lawrence J. Crawford. Hey, that's kind of instant karma here. The first winner of Crawford County Fair is Lawrence J. Crawford.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Sandy Beatty Well trained, well done. That's her third start, third win. Picks up an additional. I need a mathematician, Susan.
It's
How
unofficial
much did she pick up?
354.
I think it's
354
87.
unofficial in the first.
25?
8,725, I
There
think.
we go. Thank you. That puts her at over 21,000 for the year. 3 starts.
$8,750 for winning.
Gotta write that down so later on I can say, yeah, Susan.
You can just throw that out like you knew it.
Great mile. There comes the
And the Beatty crew there. Those 2 guys that are with that horse work for Sandy Beatty down at Virgil Morgan's
In the
training
winner's
center.
circle, taking the first division of the
Lot of
Buckeye
work for
Stallion
those horses.
Series, a purse $17,500. It is the 3, Mick Angel.
The 8 and 2.
Mick Angel is a 2-year-old bay filly by McCardle. Added Deny It to the End by Tell All, owned by Lawrence Crawford of Woodstock, Georgia. Hugh Beatty is the trainer. Chris Page, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 1:58 and 2. Sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm.
nice way to start out the night with the win. And just what a good mile out here for this. Of course, they have a training horses training here, and they put a lot of work in this track.
So Leighton Great was 5th, Osceola Hanover 6th, Mick Angel the winner. Into the Mist was 3rd, Bowery 2nd, Fear the Beach was 4th, and Dark Side of the Moon finished 7th. 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 4, 7 on the bottom, 29 and 4, 58 and 4, 129 and 1, the mile time 1:58 and 2. Bring them on the track for the second race. Let's bring them out for race number 2. In race 2, driver on 1, Google It Bro, Chris Page. Chris Page on Google It Bro in the second race.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Tom's going to be
As
talking
you are
to a
betting, and
Crawford
if your
County
selections
commissioner.
are no better than mine, when I go to the track and you do not come in a winner, back of the ticket, dropping that into the lucky loser bin.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Okay, we are back getting settled in here with Crawford County Commissioner. We got the band in the background, so it's kind of a perfect
Okay, yeah. Huh?
background.
You want to be in the background? What?
No, just do it.
Hello again, sports fans. We're here with Doug Weisenauer. And he is
Yes.
Is that a correct pronunciation?
Yes, you're
Thank you,
correct.
sir.
You're correct.
I'm known for my mispronunciations, but
I've been called all kinds of things.
you are a county commissioner here at Crawford County.
Yes.
And how long you been a county commissioner?
12 years.
12 years. Have you seen a lot of changes?
Yes.
There's, I noticed the track has been refinished. It looks good.
Yes, it's perfect track, perfect weather tonight. Just
With
couldn't
that
ask
mile
for a
out
better
there
night.
in 1:58 and 2, that was the first fast mile out here on the new track. And an excellent job. Now, as county commissioner, you oversee just about everything at the fairgrounds, don't you?
The fair board
Yeah, you oversee
takes care of most of the work.
Yeah.
I just come up with the money. I pay the bills.
Bring the checkbook, they say. So now, are you appointed or are you elected?
Elected.
Elected. So
Yeah.
you're a popular person in town. All right. And 12 years. What is your future forecast? What would you like to see go on in the...
Oh, we continue to make the fairgrounds bigger. We improve the buildings, try to get more people in here.
Yes,
And today's a great example. Weather, perfect weather, and
That helps an awful lot.
It does.
They have a great crowd here, incidentally.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, both sides are pretty much full of the grandstand. Nice little oompa band.
Yes.
And thanks to your efforts, we are very appreciative.
Well, thank you.
And we've been made welcome. Again, with that mile in 1:58 and 2 for the first mile of the year is an excellent testament to what the work that was gone down. Because right where the tractor is and that was washed out after that 5 inches of rain.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Quite a bit of rain. Yes.
And this was all flooded infield.
Yeah.
And so this is a plaudits to everybody in the Crawford County. And thank you for hosting the races.
Well, I'm glad to see them.
They say
After last year, where we didn't see very much of anything, we're glad to have them.
That the year of the COVID, that was a very down, but it was
Here
to
are
see
your
the
Daily
crowd
Will Pays.
turnout.
Winner of the first race,
tonight's
coupled with
first
a 1, Google it, bro.
card here at
$127.
Crawford County. It's wonderful. Thank you for visiting with us. Thanks again for a good job, and thanks for providing us with we love showing our Ohio standardbreds off. This is and we always love working with the county commissioners and the fair boards.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, glad to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Nice talking with you. Thank you.
I grew up on a dairy farm, so I'm clueless about horses.
I'm not going to give you the whole line, but I'll tell you what those horses did. Google it, bro. 1 at Hilliard in 2, 3, and 4 with Alex Hawk in the bike. Okie L also raced at Hilliard on 7:18 and finished second right behind Google it, bro. I said Out of My Way raced at Hilliard and finished third, pacing 2, 4, and 3. The race went in 2, 4, and 2. And the last line to be announced is Cruisin' Again, who also raced at Hilliard and finished fifth at Hilliard, pacing 2, 4, and 3. The race went in 3 and 4. So what happens sometimes is that the box closes for the next race before we can get the results in for the race previously. So these horses that raced at Hilliard raced on the 18th. Today's the 21st, so there wasn't quite enough time to get that all. But we will give you that information. This second race is the Home Talent Colt Stakes 2-year-old Colt Pace. Purse of $5,631. It is the first of 2 divisions. We've got a couple of horses in here that have been racing really well. Rocket Russell, the 7 horse, will be driven by Ryan Stahl. Was in the Buckeye Stallion Series last week at Northfield. and finished third at Pace Her Mile in 56 and 4 last quarter and 28 and 2. Now they opted not to go in the Buckeye Stallion Series here, but instead they are in the Home Talent. And then Gold Vintage, the 4-horse, driven and trained by Jimmy Smith, finished third place second his last start and went in 158.
New horses
so
for
here's the
the
post-parade.
second race, sponsored by Lulu's Kitchen. Home Talent Colt Stakes for 2-year-old Colt Pacers, a purse $5,631. 1 Google It Bro, the driver Chris Page. 2 Okiel with Hank Levan. 3 Here's How We Roll and Pierce Henry. With the 4 Gold Vintage, Jimmy Smith in the bike. With 5 I Set It Out My Way with Alex Sock. 6 is Cruisin' Again, Chris Hirschberger. 7 Rocket Russell, Ryan Stahl in the sulky. Win Play Show, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta Wagering. We've got Chris Page driving the 1 here in race 2.
Okay, we want to give a thanks again to Doug, one of the county commissioners here at Bucyrus. And as Tom and he talked about, they did a lot of work on this track. The track was sort of in rough shape a little bit ago. And
well, Doug just said to me, you got the call, he says, we have a problem. You got that. And that, right coming up the first turn, that was down to base. It was like washed right out. And they worked and worked on that, and it's a testament to the crew. A mile 58 and 2 for 2-year-old pacing filly. Doug told me, he mentioned that, I forgot to mention, ask him, he had his family, he's definitely involved with horses because he had a cow farm, dairy farm, 45 horses, 45 cows, so they always had horses and cows. And as I always say to people, thank God we're a country boy. Now we're coming up.
Your attention, please. A late scratch here in the second race. A late scratch here in race 2. Scratch the 1, Google It Bro. Google It Bro is lame and scratched here in race number 2. If you've already bet on the 1, Google It Bro, please return to the window and exchange your ticket for a horse who will be racing. The 1 will not. Google It Bro is scratched.
okay, hope you all heard that. Google It Bro.
Also, as a reminder,
has been
as you're getting
scratched.
thirsty in between the races, make sure you're refreshing yourself at the beer tent, located just beside of the grandstand. So use your winnings here to buy your buddies a beer at the beer tent throughout the racing here this evening.
I believe Google It Pro won his last start at Hilliard.
Yes, 1 at Hilliard and 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, that was an impressive mile.
This is a county fair, a beer tent and a polka band.
Yeah. When they had the last year, of course, 2 years ago was a rain out here. It was a terrible rain out, and they still had the polka band, and they played during the rain delay. I did a little dancing. I showed off my polka moves. I can't play poker and I can't dance poker, so it was a horror show. But in the second race with the scratch from Google It Bro, Okiel, and Hank Levan. Here's How We Roll with Pierce Henry.
So I did read the Daily Double Will pays, but with the scratch of the 1, those all changed. There will be a consolation with the 1, Google It Bro. That Daily Double will pay $320. $320 will be the consolation double with the 1. Here are your new Daily Double Will pays with the 2, Okiel, $124.60. No tickets sold with 3. With 4, Gold Vintage, $740. With 5, I Said Out of My Way, $17.80. No tickets with 6. with 7 Rocket Russell, $9.80.
We had 3 of the horses in this race were sold at public auction. Gold Vintage, the Jimmy Smith trainee, sold at the Buckeye Classic sale for $7,500. I Said Out of My Way, Mark Rowe trains for owner Matt Rowe, sold for $22,000. And Rocket Russell was sold out at Harrisburg at the Harrisburg sale, which was actually held in Timonium because of the COVID. And that horse, Rocket Russell, sold for $17,000 to owners Joseph Lucas and At the Wire Farms. At the Wire Farms is from Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you look up and down these race lines, you will see people from other states. And as we talked about earlier, there's a lot of people from other states that are taking a look at this Ohio program and saying, yeah, I kind of want to get into this.
Well, yeah, it's a very well-run and lucrative program. I mean, you can race your horse everywhere. I mean, there's a class for all your horses. A lot of the horses will just come to the fairs and get a couple of starts just to get the feel, see what type of speed they have. If they show promise, then you go on to the big time. You go on to the Buckeye Stallion Series. You go on to the Ohio Sire Stakes.
Yep.
And if you're the best of the best, you end up at the Little
The New
Round
Washington
Jug.
Band always does a fantastic job playing the music in between the races here at the Crawford County Fair. So we do thank them and thank them for all of their musical talents that they're sharing with us this evening.
As Tom was talking about, we have the kind of 3 tiers. The fairs where there are 4 different colt stakes that you can enter into.
2-year-old
And then, of course, the Buckeye Stallion Series, which the final goes for $60,000. And then the Ohio Sire Stakes, where those finals go for $300,000. I believe that they are the highest Sire Stakes finals in the nation.
As they always say, they are fantastic. If you think $300,000, you get one of that. That's a good. I know that's 50% of that is $150,000.
Yeah, pay for a lot of hay.
Pays for a lot of hay, a lot of oats. They are approaching the mic. The Rothstadt gate. Yes, it is, Susan.
Scratch down to race at the top of the stretch.
Gold Vintage.
Here they come.
In front.
They're off and pacing, and Jimmy Smith says, let's go on Gold Vintage, trying for the lead. Losing stride around the turn. Here's how we roll as they move around that turn to the back stretch. Okiel on the inside. Vintage, Gold Vintage is on the outside there in second. Third along the rail is Okiel. On to the outside, Rocket Russell looks to find a seat in fourth. In there to be fifth. Along the inside is Cruising Again and the trailer. It's Here's How We Roll as they move on by the quarter. Gold Vintage is the leader. 30 1/5. Okiel is their second. Rocket Russell now on the move on the outside as they will straighten away and pace down here to the halfway mile mark of the race. So on to the outside, Rocket Russell trying to forge onto the lead. Gold Vintage is there in second as they drive down here to the half. And it's Rocket Russell who is clearing. Jimmy Smith now yielding for the pocket. In their third is Okiel. Over there next, I Said Out of My Way. Over there along the inside, Cruising Again. And the trailer, Here's How We Roll. Moving around the turn and straightening up into the backside. The leader, Rocket Russell. In their second, Gold Vintage. The half was 59 3. On to the 3/4 they go. Now here comes Okiel up to try to challenge for the lead. I Said Out of My Way is out there in fourth as they go by 3/4. Rocket Russell's out there by 1. Gold Gold Vintage in the pocket, needing racing room. 129-4, moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Rocket Russell over there in second. Gold Vintage, he finds room to the outside. They're at the top of the lane and down the stretch they come. Rocket Russell, Gold Vintage trying to be there. Rocket Russell and Gold Vintage. Rocket Russell and Gold Vintage. Rocket Russell look to hold on. Gold Vintage second. Photo for show.
Susan showed him. That was the loudest reaction from the crowd I've heard in years. Yes. That's fantastic.
Yeah, people were on their feet shouting and hollering. I don't know if you all can hear that, but this is an enthusiastic crowd.
Wow, and what a fantastic finish.
Yep, Jimmy Smith let Ryan Stahl and just couldn't quite catch him, but that was a great race for these 2-year-old Colt Pacers.
7-4. 7 was even money. The 4 was 3-2. But you got your money's worth with that race. That was a fantastic race.
They went to the 3/4 in 29-4, but I didn't hear the finish time yet.
Not yet. We'll wait for Ayers.
Now I know why that guy right next to us was yelling. He's headed down on the winner's circle.
Yes, he is.
He may own that horse.
That's probably Joe Lucas, and that's
maybe
at the wire. I believe I met Joe Lucas earlier in the barn. I'll be with. Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? I'll put them on again.
I think you're sitting on them.
I hope not. What a fantastic crowd, though. What a great reaction.
It is so much fun to sit up here and hear that when last year we were
in silence
and nobody was around. Yeah.
Silent official. 745 official.
We got Ryan Stahl bringing back Rocket Russell to the winner's circle.
Ryan Stahl had no stall in that drive.
The winner's circle after winning race number 2 is the 7 Rocket Russell. Rocket Russell is a 2-year-old baby that's down by the seaside from Cruisin' Northwest by Yankee Cruiser. Owned by Joseph Lucas and At the Wire Farms. Joseph Lucas is the trainer. Ryan Stahl, the winning driver. Time of the mile 1:59, 1/5. Wow. Race 2 sponsored by Lulu's Kitchen.
Two back-to-back sub-2-minute miles here at the track that they were up in tears and making calls saying that we got a problem. Again, plaudits to everybody. And they were out there working late into the night fixing that. I guess they fixed it.
They've got a lot of equipment out here, too. They got the packer and drag and that great big water truck and a couple other drags. So they're putting a lot of effort into it.
So Google It Bro was scratched. OKL 4th. Here's how we roll with 6th. Gold Vintage 2nd. I Said Out of My Way 3rd. Cruisin' Again 5th. Rocket Russell the winner. Scratch 4, 6, 2, 3, 5. 1 on the bottom. 30 and 1/5. 59 and 3. 129 and 4. The mile time 1:59, 1/5. Upcoming a third race, win, play, show, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta Wagering, Buckeye Stallion Series. We need a driver on 1, Chris Page is on 3, Ryan Stahl on 4, Chris Lems on 5, we need a driver on 6. Bring them out for the third.
There on our screen, there are the trio. We have Ayers and the announcer, the associate judge, and David Statz, the presiding judge.
Oh, we're waiting for a driver for the one horse in this next race, the upcoming race, the second of 5 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series, going for a purse of $17,500. And we'll be back to talk about that one after these messages.
Last year was unique in many ways. The Little Brown Jug isn't the same without you, the fan. Make plans now to attend this year's Little Brown Jug, where history is sure to be made and a new champion will be crowned. You win the Little Brown Jug! The 76th Little Brown Jug is Thursday, September 23rd. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR to learn more about ticket packages. Be there!
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Okay, welcome back to the Crawford County Fair here at Bucyrus, Ohio. Beautiful night. This is a welcome breeze and a welcome cool down from some of these days that we've had lately. We've been having some really hot days at the fairs.
As they say, wicked hot. But this is a nice and cool, and I'd say it's probably 78, 77, even cooler.
Yeah, it might be even cooler. I know I went back to the car to get my sweatshirt because I'm thinking,
oh, Susan,
in another few hours.
I don't want to see no sweatshirts after the month we put on. I'm going to check the official.
Looks like Chris Presley drives the 6. Looks like Presley is on the 6.
Okay, we've got a number of driver changes. Still waiting for one on the 1 horse. But I'll give you the other ones that we have. The 3 horse, Miss Daytona, will be driven by Chris Page. The 4, Targaryen Empress, will be driven by Ryan Stahl. The 5, I Woke Up Like This, Chris Lems. The 6, Awake the Dragon, Chris Presley. So we're still going to need a driver on the 1 and the 7.
As we're coming up to the 3rd, this is the 2nd division of the Buckeye Stallion Series for those talented 2-year-old pacing fillies.
And 5 of the 7 that are in here raced last week up at Northfield. And one of them won. The 7 horse, Future Ex-Wife, by Fear the Dragon out of a Mach 3 mare, won in 54-3 up at Northfield last quarter and 28-2 for trainer Billy Rose.
Photo finish, please call the judges.
Look at that blooded horse sale price.
$8,500. Yep. So this she's already made that back.
Looks like Pierce Henry.
One start, one win. Horses that were on the track for the 3rd race from Crawford County Fair in beautiful Bucyrus, Ohio. A lot of trains pass through here, and I think my theme song has become, I hear that train coming around the bend, and it's a lot of whistles.
Yeah, this is your home track now.
My home
Moved
track.
up here.
In fact, the guy says he's from your town. I says, my town. What's my town? They said Bucyrus. I said, been here a month. Well, 6 weeks.
1 party in pink, Dustin Boffman. Dustin Boffman on 1. Let's get together, line them up in pretty order, please.
And if you could hear that, Dustin Boffman on the 1 horse. So not only did 5 of these 7 fillies race up at Northfield, we got 5 of the 7 with driver changes. And here's the post parade with Ayers Ratliff.
Here are the horses for race 3. Buckeye Stallion Series, sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm, a purse $17,500, 1 Party in Pink, the driver Dustin Bothman. 2 Fear the Pansy, Alex Hawk will be aboard. 3 Miss Daytona, make the driver Chris Page. 4 is Targaryen Princess, make the driver Pierce Henry. 5 I Woke Up Like This, driver change Chris Lems. 6 Awaken the Dragon, driver change Chris Presley. And the 7 Future Ex-Wife, Ryan Stahl in the sulky. That's the field for race 3. Win, play, show, exacta, Quinella trifecta wagering. Dustin Bothman on 1, Chris Page on 3, Pierce Henry on 4, Chris Lems on 5, Chris Presley on 6.
So as we said before, this is actually the second leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series for 2-year-old filly pacers. There are 5 legs to this series, and everybody gets points. You get 51 points for first, 26 for second, 12, 8, 13, 9, and 6. And we keep track of those points, and then the highest point earners are eligible for that final, which goes for $60,000.
Quick question: how many are in the final? Is it
It's
a 10-horse field, or
it's going to be at Northfield Park, so it should be 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah, because everybody gets their nose on the gate. And that final is going to go Saturday, October 16th. And the 5th leg is at Delaware during Jug Week, so that's always fun. All these horses in all 8 divisions will go their final leg, the 5th leg, at Delaware. And the Buckeye Stallion Series has been around for a couple of years. It's kind of the brainchild of the now OHHA president, Steve Bateson. He worked with a lot of other people to get this going. You do have to pay your nomination fee in March, but that's all you have to pay is that nomination fee. One of the best things I think about Ohio stakes racing is that we're a late closer state.
Yes.
And you only have to make that payment on March 15th of their 2-year-old year. So by that time, you almost have a little bit of an idea of what you got when it's by March 15th. Especially those that have been down south training. They have a better idea than those that stayed north.
And it's, again, when you work down a 2 or 3-year-old, and you have stake payments in January, February, March, April coming up, and it's like taking this, well, he's been great in March, but come April, he might have hit a brick wall in 210, and you say, oh boy.
Yeah. And most people like to wait until that last minute and pay those stake payments. We have to be postmarked by midnight on the 15th, and a lot of them are postmarked the 15th. They just like to wait because inevitably something goes wrong if you pay them too early. That's a superstition.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
It's got the car paid all. I finally paid me the last payment on the car, and it broke down.
Yeah. Yep. But like we talked about, this Buckeye Stallion Series has been very well received by the horsemen here in Ohio.
Starter starts to gather the field for race 3.
And there are there's actually one division, or there's 4 divisions that go at a county fair. The rest of the 2-year-olds will race at Urbana. And all the other divisions, all the other legs are at pari-mutuel tracks. But there are certain criteria that a fair has to meet, and then they can apply to have the leg. And one of the most critical things is that when your fair is, that it fits into the schedule. Also has to be wide enough to score 8 behind the gate. And you have to have good barn facilities. So it's kind of a application process. But if your fair is interested,
And
certainly
the
contact
starter is calling him in
OHHA,
for
see
the
if we could
upcoming
have
third race to
a
the
division at
Barnstable
the
starting
Crawford County
gate.
Fair.
Buckeye
They're
Stallion
approaching the gate.
Series 2-year-old filly pacers.
like,
They approach the gate. Sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm. A purse $17,500. The starting gate is rolling.
Irritable and ugly.
Okay, here is Ayers with the call.
Top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing, trying for the lead. Party in pink up on the outside. Fear the Pansy as they move around the turn. Over there next is Targaryen Empress is moving up. Also there on the outside, Future Ex-Wife is fourth, and there to be fifth, Miss Daytona. Then it is Awaken the Dragon, and the early trailer I Woke Up Like This as they go to the opening quarter. And out there with the lead, Fear the Pansy. Targaryen Princess is on the outside looking for a seat. Party in Pink is at the wood in third. Opening quarter, 28 seconds flat for the 2-year-old filly pacers as they will straighten away and pace down here to the half. Fear the Pansy is on the lead. Targaryen Princess Empress finally made a seat in second. In there to be third comes Party in Pink. Future Ex-Wife is there in fourth and looking to the outside. Over there to be next comes a Miss Daytona. Then at the rail is Awaken the Dragon. The trailer I Woke Up Like This as they move up and around the turn. The half 57-2 around the turn to the back stretch. Alex Hawk has been going to a fire on the lead. Over there in second along the outside is Party in Pink. Future Ex-Wife, she's looking for revenge. Second over, moving three wide is Miss Daytona as they go to the three quarters. And now Stahl says, let's go on Future Ex-Wife. And she is flying up on the outside. Around the turn they go. Future Ex-Wife now takes the lead. Miss Daytona second, three quarters, 128. I Woke Up Like This is trying to circle them all as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch. It's Future Ex-Wife, the leader. I Woke Up Like This is flying high for Lems. Coming down to the wire, it is Future Ex-Wife. Future Ex-Wife to win. I Woke Up Like This in for second. Awaken the Dragon gets third. Time of the mile, 1:57, 4/5.
You believe that? 1:57 and 1/5. Future Ex-Wife. She only had a mark of 54 and 3.
Right.
That's congratulations to Bill Rhodes for owner Craig Stein of Northfield, Ohio. Ryan Stow drives. Fear the Dragon out of Lady Mock by Mach 3.
I'm going to head down to the winner's circle and just make sure that they take their trophy with them because the last winner didn't. So I will be right back.
Don't leave me. Okay, Susan. Susan prepares very nice prize packages for the Buckeye Stallion series. Why anybody would leave one behind is beyond me. They're returning out of the winner's circle. Down the road with Billy Rhodes. But he is one of the leading trainers over at the Meadows. And Aaron Merriman does a lot of driving for him over there. He's coming over here to Ohio. All us immigrants are coming to Ohio. From all over. Canada, New England, New York, New Jersey. But,
756, it's
a live,
official.
great
756,
future here in Ohio.
official.
That's Susan Oakes. She's been shut out of the winner's circle.
Moving into the winner's circle after winning the third race. She now has 2 starts, 2 wins in her young racing career. She looks very promising. It's the 7 Future Ex-Wife.
Just
2-year-old brown filly by Fear the Dragon
the
at a Lady Mock by Mach 3.
background,
Craig
but they've got the
Stein of
fence. They
Northfield,
have
Ohio. Bill Rhodes is the trainer. Ryan Stahl, the winning driver. Time of the mile,
posted here. It's
157
one of the local
and
sponsors.
4.
A couple of
This
bales
one's
of
sponsored by
straw,
Steiner Stock Farm, Buckeye Stallion
It gives a
Series.
nice background for the win photo. And it makes a nice piece of nice memory for people in with their horses when they win at Bucyrus. Just a little note to the other fairs. Up there in Ottawa, they do a fine job too with their winner's circle. I couldn't mention another one, Lima, the nice winner's circle. And Van Wert, they've really put the work there. They flowers, everything. They did a
So
great job
Party in
there.
Pink was 7th, Fear the Pansy 5th, Miss Daytona 4th.
Shout out to
Targaryen Empress
Van
was
Wert.
6th, I Woke Up Like This 2nd, Awaken the Dragon 3rd, Future Ex-Wife, the winner. 7-5-4, 6-2-3, 1 on the bottom, 28, 57 and 2, 128, 157 and 4. Race 4 is next. Win, Play, Show, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, and Daily Doubles.
Okay, so that is the third race, the
We had
second
a
division of
slight
the
delay
Buckeye Stallion
as our
division.
ambulance
We
has
got
had to
3
leave us
more
for,
divisions for the
momentarily
fillies.
here. So let's go through the
3
changes we
more
have at the card at this time.
wicked
There's a lot
fast
come
miles,
in.
probably.
So here's the changes we have at this time. Upcoming fourth
We'll be
race,
back
we have Chris
shortly
Lems on the 1,
after a
Diva
few
DeVille. Diva DeVille will be
messages
handled by Chris
from our
Lems.
well-spoken sponsors.
In the 5th race, 2, Love Me Hill, Alex Hawk.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
And we are back for the 4th race here at Crawford County Fairgrounds in Bucyrus, Ohio. Bucyrus, they don't know if it was named after a combination of beautiful Cyrus, who was a conqueror way back when, king back in the Persian Empire, or the town of Bucyrus in ancient Egypt. So, anyway, either or, it's spelled B-U-C-Y-R-U-S, Bucyrus. This 4th race from Bucyrus is Home Talent Colt Stakes 3-year-old Trotting Fillies First Division, memory of James Meister. And they go for a total purse of $10,229, a purse of $5,165. The horse in here that made headlines throughout the country in North America and was the winningest. She was undefeated, 14-14. This year, coming to 3-year-old, she's taken a new lifetime mark of 56-3 at Northfield in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, she trotted in 56, winning 56-4. She made a break last week, and easy for you to say. Uncharacteristically, she's made 2 breaks on a card, but we love her. She's that good-looking mare She's the one to keep an eye on. She's the one that opens everybody's eyes. She's designer specs. And tonight, Jay Weller, trainer Jay Weller and his Louise and Jay Weller, owners of Republic, Ohio, they take another fine son of Republic, Brian Stow, and he will be doing the driving. She's 2 for 5 this year with a mark of 56 and 3 in Northfield. The only one that comes close to her is the 3. And that's because, I should say the 2 and the 4, because the 2 and the 4 are the closest to the 3, numerically speaking. But I think if she stays flat, behaves herself, there's no stopping her. She was timed in Scioto at 53 and 2, finished 3rd in the Ohio Sire Stakes 3-year-old fillies. They went for $50,000. She has $14,750 on the card this year. Everyone else has less than $1,300. So she should be the best in there, but the daughter of Full Count might have, maybe she gets a little rammy. You never can tell. Susan.
Yeah, she was such a great filly last year, just amazing. And she was just a $13,000 purchase, and she's already made $71,000. So I always talk about these bargains, and she was a bargain.
She's also the barn pet. Everyone loves her. And so she's a pet that makes you money.
Yeah. Yep. But one horse we don't really know what's going to do is Savage Sparkler. This is her first line we have not seen. I don't remember this one from any matinees, or she hasn't qualified or anything. So the 5-horse Savage Sparkler will be her first time behind the gate.
She's a 3-year-old filly by winning Fireworks out of Savage Pride by Keystone Savage. She's Benjamin Miller of Millersburg, Ohio. We do not know. That's the unknown factor with the fairs. Susan, you as a presiding judge somewhere, sometime, you do not need to show a charted line at the fairs, do you?
No, you do not.
Yeah, so a lot of them come in out of the woodwork. Mm-hmm. They've been worked well at the a track, and you just never know.
Right, and I'm sure that most of them have been behind the gate. They do a lot of schooling at both Northfield and Scioto. And early this spring, when it was around matinee time, I know the starters were going out to fairgrounds and just doing schooling days.
In the matinee here at Bucyrus, we get in behind the gate. I matineed one of mine, and I didn't know he was going to be going around 2 or 3 times. And this little fella got in behind the gate. He was right on the gate, but you get a little rammy after a while. But as he went around and around and around.
Well, yeah, your horse had experience before,
yes,
so he knew you
knew
weren't supposed to do that.
No, he said, I know what I'm doing. In fact, I think he has 35 lifetime starts, and a nice little horse to drive behind the gate, head right on there. There's so many that I've had that are young and inexperienced. Well, they weren't experienced; they were stupid. But they try and duck the gate, and they do everything to not they shouldn't do. But that's the importance. A lot of these guys on the farms, they have their own rig set up. They have a little start gate that goes 4 horses across, and they give them experience there. In fact, I know one fella, he jogs all his horses behind his starting gate, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. Now, this is the first of 2 divisions of the Hometown Colt Stake 3-year-old filly trot. Total purse for the 2 divisions is $10,229. So this one's going for $51 to $65. Everybody will get a check. There's only 5 in it. That's kind of nice to know going in. Nice barn area here. Looks like some nice barns they're down in the first turn.
In the past, all the barns here are up on the first turn, and so you will see they all have one gate to come out of, and that's the one right by the judge's office. So you will see orderly post parades. All the past couple of days, they went through, they cleaned out all the stalls, they put fixed hinges, straightened out the doors, and then they assigned each stall to whatever trainer was coming. In fact, that's one of my duties this morning, was to hold the card as it was stapled to the door. So watch out for my thumb, I said.
Well, that's nice. When a trainer gets here and unloads the horses, they know right where they're going to go. And that's helpful. And
they don't have to clean out a stall or like that. And people tell them your water's right down there. And it does make a nice easier. They were all sitting outside their stalls today, all the people. Sitting there, they were relaxing. They didn't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
So, makes for a nice, pleasant experience. So on designer specs right now, this is unusual. She's 1 to 5. She's usually 1 to 9.
Oh.
It was last fall up at Northfield when she took a mark up there she came back. That was the most exciting 2-year-old filly trot race I've ever seen in my life.
At the fair finals?
Yeah, and she was beat and come back again. And you don't see that with too many horses.
Let's give our band another nice round of applause. Our New Washington band playing music for us here this evening.
It is getting
Race
cool.
7, 5, Bittersweet
right
Symphony, Chris Hirschberger. Chris Hirschberger drives the 5 in race 7.
Did they say who's on the 4 then?
Well, Chris Hirschberger's on the 4, shouldn't he? I didn't hear.
Well, we'll see when they come out for the post parade. Sometimes it's just kind of a surprise. Who's driving today? Personally, as a trainer, I don't like to wait until
the last minute. No.
Of course.
Yeah, there's the 4 right there. That's is that Chris?
Yeah.
Rose Run Waza. Yeah, there's a big H on his shoulder. That must be Chris.
Okay, so somebody else in 5 horse then.
Is that driver Steve?
I started out the first fair with a pen to make marks, and then I said, heck, I got to write this with a pencil because you're just changing things. Changing. It's kind of nice right now, too. It was such a beautiful day that we're not having to worry about rain coming or anything like that. We can just sort of have a nice night. Oh, there's...
You know, it mentioned R-A-I-N. The sun just came out again. They got clouds, partly cloudy, but they are not threatening. As I said, they just a good scene. Do we have 1 out?
Well, we got
2 out.
4 out there, yeah. And going back to designer specs, Jay Weller's driving again, and he hasn't driven her since her qualifier up at Northfield in early June.
They changed stall.
Oh, they put stall on?
I saw that, yeah.
Oh, okay. See? You never know.
I saw, in fact, when they pulled in and unloaded her, I says, there she is. He said, who the heck is that? Designer Specs is a nice 3-year-old by filly by Full Count out of Avalon Hall by Cantab Hall. Now there's the 5. That is Rosie Weaver. Back in the saddle again. She's driving. This is her first. She trains her. She's been behind.
Yeah,
So
Rosie was one of the trainers that was in the freshman focus.
Yeah.
So if any of you didn't see those freshman focuses, you can go back to our OHHA Facebook page or OHHA YouTube and watch some of these. It was really fun. Roger and Frank Frost went out to a lot of different trainers, and they talked about their 2-year-olds coming up and what they were doing and what they expected out of them, and also how they were training, and what they look for in a horse, what they look for when they're going to buy a yearling.
And one of the ironic part of it, too, is they said, well, I like this horse and I like that horse if they're training well, and those are the ones that have been to the winter circle already.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a little inside info, surprised by Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Yep, those were interesting and fun to do. Roger and Frank had a good time doing them. A lot of editing went into those. I know there was a lot of. They probably taped 6 or 8 hours of what they call B-roll, which is the kind of the behind-the-scenes thing. The horses jogging, the trainers, and then Frank has to edit that all down to 30 or 40 minutes. So it's a big job to do that, but it was real worth it. And I think everybody liked it. And like I said, if you haven't seen them, you can go back and watch them or listen to them.
And you might get an
Again, we do expect to be back racing shortly. Our ambulance had to take a quick run here. Should be back any moment, and we will be on the track and racing as soon as they pull back in.
Oh, so now we know why we're having a little delay. The ambulance had to leave the ground, so we do not race without an ambulance right here. So we will just have a little break.
Here comes the water truck. This is
water again.
This is another unique water truck they have throughout Ohio. They had a tanker at one track.
Did we do the commercials after the 3rd? Yeah. Okay, I wasn't here, so I didn't. Well, we're in this.
The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of livestock and needlework were exhibited at the town courthouse. By year 3, the fair was a community-wide gathering, complete with a small racetrack. Harness racing proved to be the main attraction, and when the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, the first thing built was a half-mile track. Crawford County has a rich history of standardbreds. Bucyrus was home to Pickwick Farms. The original owner began the venture in 1884, but it was Walter J. Michael who transformed the breeding farm. Pickwick was the nation's 4th largest breeding farm in the 1970s. It stood great sires like Gene Abbey and Baron Hanover. Michael raised over 1,600 horses, and his impact on the industry was immense. He was president of the United States Trian Association, instigated the creation of the Little Brown Jug, and established Northfield Park, one of Ohio's 4 parimutuel tracks. Michael was elected to Ohio's Living Hall of Fame in 1979 for his contributions. Today, Crawford County is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 nights of live-action harness racing.
As we listen to the inspiring sounds of the John Philip Sousa Marching Band, this is the sit-down version of the John Band, because they haven't moved. We are coming up to the 4th race. but we're waiting on the ambulance was called off, so they were waiting for replacement.
We want to thank Ashley Daly for putting together all these fair histories. Last year, Tom Pye put together the county history, and so now this year we've got the history of the fair. So just keeping you all educated about county fairs and county fairs in Ohio.
And doing the county fair's history and getting the fair history gives you the flavor of the town, and plus you get to see all parts of Ohio, and each one. When you visit a county fair, you can make it a day or a week, coming for the fair for the week, visit all the different attractions in the area. The world's largest ball of twine, for one example. No, I'm only joking. But you have a lot of fine restaurants. You got the fair foods, but those are good snacking foods. And later on, you go out and have a nice dinner, and just as there's always something going on during Fair Week. So visit an Ohio Fair. You go to the OHHA page. It'll give you all the fairs listed by date and time. And tonight, while they're also down at got Roger and Jay Wolf down at Washington Courthouse, and they are about good
packs are like
about 100 miles, maybe 90 miles south of us. They're south of Columbus. We are north of Columbus by 50 miles or so. Straight up 23 and follow 71 straight down to Washington Courthouse. We see an old friend we might have to interview.
Oh, okay.
It's the amazing stable. Good to see you again. Welcome to Bucyrus. You've been here before.
Been here.
Invited me up to talk. Oh, I was just gonna say, there's a man that you can interview.
I'm gonna do this guy first, and then we'll do you.
She's calling everybody from all over the place to interview.
Everybody's coming.
But which is good, because we have a delay for the ambulance. And
oh well.
Are you ready?
Wait for the light.
Oh.
It's not.
Oh. There he is. There's Chris.
We have to stick mic. This. Okay, we are back here. We're still in the delay waiting for the ambulance. So we are joined by Eric Morningstar.
Hello.
And he is the Sauce Guys, right? You're part of the. You are the Sauce Guys.
Yeah. My cousin and I own a sauce company.
Okay, and we're lucky enough to have the Sauce Guys as one of our sponsors of the Buckeye Stallion series. So, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with sauces?
Yeah, we started 2015. It was the 4th of July. We created a bourbon sauce on ribbed it, and just went from there. And we decided to start a business and filed a license.
Horses have been called out on the track for race number 4. We will be racing here shortly.
No, how many did you say?
15.
15 flavors.
We have 15
of
flavors commercialized. We actually have almost 50.
Wow.
So, and then we just opened recently opened a restaurant in Mount Gilead 2 months ago.
So you started with sauce.
Yep.
And then it morphed into people wanted more, so you.
People kept asking us for food, so we decided to go ahead and open a restaurant.
Wow. Now you're a pretty young-looking guy.
Thanks.
To be in the restaurant business already. So how did you have a partner, or how does that work?
Yeah, my cousin, Denham Franklin, he's my business partner, and we've been in this since 2015.
Wow.
He's actually in Franklin County right now at the fairgrounds, so.
Oh, okay.
Doing a fair there.
So what locations can you buy this sauce at?
We have quite a few. Around here, you can get it at Cooper's Mill in Bucyrus. We sell in Shelby, the IGA. We sell at Easton Mall in Columbus, Liberty Center in Cincinnati. A lot of mom and pop places, butcher shops. Honestly, the list is pretty good size, so the best option is go to our Facebook and actually find it on there.
Okay.
That we have it pinned to the top so everybody can see it. We sell in Tennessee. We sell in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and just got picked up by a food distributor out of Cleveland, so we're going to be growing even larger now. So.
Oh gosh, that's quite a lot of growth in just a few years.
Yes, it's been pretty wild. Yeah.
Well, can you give us what's the biggest selling sauce flavor?
The best seller we have is a blackberry bourbon sauce. We use blackberry puree. It's actual real fruit. We don't use flavorings, and then we just build a sauce off of that. And all of our sauces we use real fruit. We don't like to use flavorings or additives, and it's just unique.
That is. I mean, who would have thought blackberry?
Yeah. I mean, we got strange. We got raspberry with ghost chili. We have a chocolate chipotle espresso we're going to bring out at some point in time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we have a lot of different stuff.
So when you develop these, then are you the official taste tester?
We literally just take a day and mess around in the kitchen and throw stuff together, and then when it comes out really well, we let people try it. And then it turns out well, we send it to the manufacturer, which is we actually use Cooper's Mill in Bucyrus over here. They make it for us.
Oh, okay.
We got an agreement with them. We sign a contract. They make it, and we buy it and do all the legwork.
And do you go to any fairs or festivals?
Yeah. Like I said, my cousin right now is in Franklin County. He's at the Franklin County Fair. We do. We normally do Popcorn Festival.
Let's take a short turn here. Let's get together.
Any ones we can get into, honestly.
Okay.
We'll do about anything. So.
Can you give the Facebook page name so people can go
Guys.
Just the Sauce Guys, okay.
And that's our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all the Sauce Guys. Our website is edssauceguys.com.
Okay. I had one other question, and I lost it.
I would have brought you guys something. I told me to. I'd have brought them.
Where's the sample?
We can go over and get barbecue tomorrow. We open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Mount Gilead. Yep, right across the street from Domino's.
So we're back in action here now for the fourth race. Hometown
can you stay with us for a few more minutes, and we'll get the post-parade out of the way, and then I do have something else to ask. So pop back in my head.
2 TT's Wonderful Lady, Wyatt Irvin aboard. 3 Designer Specs, and Jay Weller. 4 Rose Run Was Up, Chris Hirschberger drives. And the 5 Savage Sparkler, Rosie Weaver, in the sulky. Purse $5,165. Win play show. Exacta Quinella trifecta daily doubles. This one in memory of James Meister. All right, guys and girl, we're going to go straight to the gate.
Should probably put my address for the restaurant out there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're here for the 4th. That was your 4th. They are on the track. They got the ambulance in place.
Okay, we're going to finish up with Eric Morningstar, the Sauce Guys. And something that we do that's a little different with our Buckeye Stallion bags this year, we have bags that we give out to the winners, and they're filled with a lot of food products. And at Delaware, since so many people camp there at Delaware and cook out and everything, we're going to make that 5th leg of the Buckeye Stallion series, a barbecue bag or a cookout bag. So your products, the Sauce Guys products, will be featured in those bags. So we really appreciate you sponsoring those. And
yeah, you're welcome.
We wish you a lot of luck in your endeavors. I think it's probably going to be worth a trip to Mount Gilead to that restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant, it's 29 South Main Street, and it's in Mount Gilead, and we're open Thursday, Friday at 4 p.m. till right around 9, or we sell out, and then Saturday we open at 12 till about 7 or sold out. We only make a certain amount every day, and we run out.
Okay, so if you're going to go, you better go early.
Yeah.
And you said Thursday and Friday you open at 4, and Saturday?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday it's 4 till about 9, and then Saturday is noon to about 7.
Okay. Well, that's great. That's exciting that you started this business. You know, you and your cousin, you said, and you started it, and you've really grown in a short time.
Yeah, we've grown. This is our full-time job now. We
Started
here for 10 years, and he was an IT guy and a manager, so we both full-time our own business. So.
That is great. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
We're catching the fourth race.
We're at the top of the
Here
stretch.
comes Designer Specs race.
And
She's a three-hole. She is for 1 to 9.
Thank you.
Savage Sparkler off stride. Here off and trotting and trying for the lead, Diva DeVille. TT's Wonderful Lady is trotting up, and here comes Designer Specs. Gonna strut her stuff early. In their next, Rose Run was up. Further back, Savage Sparkler is the distant trailer as they move around the turn to the backstretch. TT's Wonderful Lady on the inside, but Designer Specs is hot to trot now, and Designer Specs goes to the lead. Diva DeVille jumped it off from third as they continue to the opening quarter here, and Designer Specs, she now opens up by almost 3 lengths, and their second, TT's Wonderful Lady. Opening quarter 31-1. Rose Run was up is there in third. Further back to Savage Sparkler and Diva DeVille is the trailer. So they're well strung out as they roll around the turn and trot on here to the half. The leader is Designer Specs. Jay Weller out there loose as a goose on the lead. And there to be second, TT's Wonderful Lady. Trotting third, Rose Run was up. Further back then to Savage Sparkler with Diva DeVille. Moving around the turn, Designer Specs. 101 and 2. She's just out for a Wednesday evening stroll. She leads the way by 4. TT's Wonderful Lady in second. Rose Run was up third. In fourth, Savage Sparkler. Diva DeVille jumped it off again as they continue on to 3/4. And look at that, the lead is bigger. With the lead, it's Designer Specs. She leads them out there now by 6. Further back in second, TT's Wonderful Lady. Onto the outside, Rose Run was up as they trot the final turn after 3/4, 131 and 2. And with the lead, Designer Specs. Designer Specs out there showing her heels to the field. She turns first out there by 4.5 lengths. Further back in second as Rose Run was up. But if this was a fight, they'd have stopped it at the quarter pole. It's all Designer Specs. Designer Specs just rolled on him tonight. Rose Run was up second. TT's Wonderful Lady was third. 201 and 2.
Welcome back. Welcome, Daisy. I'll tell you, the last half, a minute flat, 201 and 2 unofficial. Designer Specs with Jay Weller. Home to Daddy.
She looked good. She looked really good.
Looked like her old self. I won't say old self or young self.
Yeah, we had told you that Ryan Stahl was driving, but he didn't. Jay Weller, the trainer, and co-owner, got in the bike, and she looked good. She looked really good, like the Designer Specs.
And that's one of the things that, like a trainer, if at these fairs, if you haven't been having a problem with a horse, well, how's she been acting? You can act on a driver. How is she? Well, she does this a little bit. Well, what do you mean? Because she's never did that before. So when the trainer gets behind, he says, well, now I know what she's doing. And, you know, that makes sure you can make the changes. And he made the right changes, Jay Weller did.
Yeah, she opened up on the field and
said bye-bye.
Won by quite a few.
And she was just coming last half and a minute flat, just trotting.
3-4-2, it's official.
Yeah.
Moving into the winner's circle after winning the fourth race, it is the 3 Designer Specs. Designer Specs, a 3-year-old bay filly by full count out of Avalon Hall by Kintab Hall, owned by Louise and Jay Weller. Jay Weller trains, Jay Weller reigns in 201 and 2. This one in memory of James Meister.
That's
Diva DeVille was 5th, TT's Wonderful Lady 3rd, Designer Specs the winner. Rose Run was up 2nd, Savage Sparkler 4th. Recheck top down, 5-3-1, 2-4, 31-1, 101-2, 131-2, 201-2.
Excellent mile.
Upcoming fifth race, we're back to Buckeye Stallion Series events here. Purse $17,500, win place show, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta wagering. Put Alex Hawk on 2, Chris Presley on 5, Ronnie Gillespie on 6. Black saddle pads winning 7 of you. Bring them out for the 5th.
Coming up to the 5th race here at
Bucyrus,
Crawford County Fair.
And we'll be back after these messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Rose, $6.
Okay, we are back at the Crawford County Fair, and we're joined today by Rod Cooper.
Hello.
And Rod has a story to tell. He started out in a fractional ownership stable. You started out with what, 1-2%?
Yeah, 2% on one horse and 3% on another.
Okay, and you grew to just love it, and now you have much larger percentages of horses.
Well, I've got part ownership on 5 different horses right now.
5 different ones. And I saw you sitting over there in the grandstand. You said, I can't come right now because I'm watching one of my horses race at Scioto.
Yeah, she finished 6th. Just kind of didn't quite have it there at the end, but she raced well.
Raced well. And you've got one in here in Bucyrus tonight.
Yep, 9th race. We've got She Means Business. We're pretty high on her. She's had 2 starts and 2 seconds.
And she's in the Buckeye Stallion
Yes.
series. So you're looking for good things from her. That's nice. What made you, because you're a farmer by trade.
Correct.
And how many acres do you farm?
About 640.
Wow, that's a lot of acres. Mostly corn, or what do you?
Corn, soybeans, and wheat.
Okay. And what prompted the getting into the racehorses?
I've loved watching harness racing my whole life. And I always said someday I'm going to own a horse. And the fractional ownership kind of opened that up for me to get my foot in the door.
That's what I think is so neat about those fractional ownerships, is that you can get started with not much outlay and see if you like it.
Right. And I've met so many great people in this business since I got started. You know, when you become an owner of the big tracks, you can take your license and you can go back to the paddock and, you know, get to meet people, and it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of really good people in this business.
Yeah, it is kind of a family atmosphere. You know, you're friends with everybody, and even though you're fierce competitors out on the track, you're friends when you get off.
Yep, like I say, I've made a lot of lifetime friends out of this, and you know, we joke and prod each other, and if you didn't know that we were joking, you would think, man, they're pretty mean to each other, but it's all in fun.
Yeah, and you're a really good friend with Brad Conrad, who does all the photography.
Yeah, he's usually my target when I'm poking fun, so. But he takes it well. He dishes it back really good, too. So.
Yeah, and he's a great guy and a great photographer, and he helps us at OHHA out so much with photos. He's pretty good.
Yeah, last week down at Wilmington, we had a horse that ended up winning, and you gave me a shout-out that I was down there in the winner's circle with Brad. So,
yep.
So you kind of prepped this story.
I kind of what?
You kind of prepped this story, this interview.
Well, we've been trying to get you up here to talk about it because I think it is such a good story for people to know that they can get started. 1 or 2% of a horse doesn't cost you a lot. You don't get a lot if they win, but it doesn't cost a lot.
Well, the great thing about it is, if you are a part owner of a horse, people don't know how much you own. Your name's in a program or whatever, and they may think that all your horse. They don't know you only own maybe 10% or a quarter of it,
That's right, and you don't have to tell them that.
And it doesn't matter, because when that horse is racing, I don't care what percentage you own, that's your horse racing.
Exactly. Let's take a break for the post-parade, and then we'll come back with Rod.
One was Prancing Queen and Chris Lems. 2, Love Me Hill, make the driver Alex Hawk. 3, Backwoods Rose, Chris Page. 4 is Rich and Ponderous, Ryan Stahl. 5, Mael's Real Terror, the driver Chris Presley. 6, Hey Delilah, Ronnie Gillespie. And 7, Fear Her Touch, Dustin Boffman, and the Sulky. That's the field for the 5th race. Alex Hawk on 2, Chris Presley 5, Ronnie Gillespie on 6.
Okay, I just had one more question for you, Rod. You race under Amazing Racing.
Yes, that's
Where
correct.
did that come from?
Years ago, we used to own a corn maze. We cut trails in the field, and people come out and pay money to walk through and find what we call check posts and things. And we stopped doing that after my dad got tired of doing all the fall work when I should have been farming, and he was helping me out. And I liked the name, so we just kind of brought it into the horses.
So you're kind of combining what you do for a living and then into the new horse. That's pretty cool. Very cool. Well, thank you, Rod. And if anybody has any questions about fractional ownership, I will just send them to you.
That's fine. I will talk it up, that's for sure, because it is a very fun way to get started.
Good, good. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
One of the better things is with Rod is he's Ohio. He's from Middleton, Ohio, right? Middle Point.
Middle Point.
One of those points.
One of those middles.
But yeah, right up there. Now, and you knew Rod was getting interested when he would pepper everybody around the Racing with the Stars tent with questions.
Yep.
And he'd answer all the trivia questions correctly. He would correct me when I was wrong, which was quite often. But he got on the thing, and it's amazing racing to see him so fully involved now. He travels to all the fairs, goes up. You've been good friends with your trainer, and him and the wives go out to dinner together. That's become a whole new life here. No more. He says, "Who cares if it rains? We can go to the races."
Well, we're waiting for the 3rd division of the Buckeye Stallion Series, these 2-year-old filly pacers. And, you go down, I was going down looking at some of these horses. We've got Down by the Seaside, a Racing Hill, the Ponderosa, Western Terror, Fear the Dragon, and then we have a Break the Bank K. A Break the Bank K has been standing in Ohio since 2013. Limited opportunity, but he has bred 328 mares, and every foal that has raced has been on the trot, except for Hey Delilah. Hey Delilah is a pacer, a fast little pacer. She already has been in 55-3, her last start in the Buckeye Stallion Series. So kind of an unusual story that this totally trotting stallion that was trotting bred himself and only through trotters has this one filly that paces, because her mama, All Pink, was a very good racehorse and, of course, a pacer. So just kind of an interesting story.
Sure. We had one was a Fear the Dragon, was a sire of the Dam the other day, and it was a trotter. I said it was pacing, but my dam was pacing bred. And if they're all, you never can be 100% certain saying, well, he's by a most happy fella, it's going to be a pacer. It's just what they're comfortable with.
They might change a little bit. And I believe this is the first race that Ronnie Gillespie has been in tonight. Ronnie is leading the county fair drivers with 31 wins. Cam McCowan, who I haven't seen yet tonight either, is sitting second with 25 wins. So those two guys are heads above the rest of them.
The rest of the field.
Mm-hmm. Roger Houston is keeping track of the drivers and trainers that race across all the fairs in Ohio, and they are so he's keeping us apprised of the points.
There goes our Oompa Bear.
Oh, they're leaving for the night. Huh. The one horse in this race, Prancing Queen, is the highest priced yearling that I saw in the program tonight. She sold at the Lexington Select Sale for $62,000.
And this is her, well, she was in the next generation. She paced in 54-3, last quarter in 29-3, and finished 8th. The next generation for 2-year-old fillies went in 151-3 with the last quarter in 27-3.
And that was most of those fillies' first lifetime start.
That is mind-boggling. 151 is, whoa.
Everybody had those horses prepped for that next generation. They qualified them a couple of times and had them right ready to go.
They went for $150,000. You better have them prepped.
That's right.
You say, well, I don't know if we got the hobbles right just yet.
You better be right.
We are ready to go. They are approaching the starting gate.
The starter is gathering the field for the fifth race.
Four of these fillies raced in
the
the Buckeye Stallion Series last week at Northfield Park. So they are experienced in here.
Incidentally, if you've gone to get your free program, go to ohha.com and go to the right of the page. Middle. And you will see
Fair broadcast, live stream, and programs, and you just click on there and get the
starting
programs.
8, wings are open as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch, and here they come.
Is the 2 at 8-5. Second favorite, 4. So they Love Me Hill, Alex the Virgil Morgan trainee, mark of 56 and 4th Scioto. It's going to be another fast race, folks. Here they come, there they go.
They're off and a pacing, Prancing Queen using that rail to her advantage. Right up and on the outside now comes Backwoods Rose as they pace around the turn, and Backwoods Rose is off stride as they move around the turn to the backstretch. Prancing Queen is the leader, Love Me Hill in second, Rich and Ponderous is third, Backwoods Rose is back out and moving in fourth. In their fifth is Mael's Real Terror. Then it's Hey Delilah. Fear Her touches the trailer. On to the opening quarter here in Prancing Queen and Chris Lem. Found the lead by a length and 3/4. On to the outside, Backwoods Rose in second. By the opening quarter, 31 and 4. Into the turn they go. Love Me Hill is there in third. Pacing in fourth, Rich and Ponderous. On to the outside, Hey Delilah. In there next comes a Mael's Real Terror. Fear Her touch is the trailer as they move on to the half. Prancing Queen and Lemsey on the lead. On to the outside there in second is Backwoods Rose. Love Me Hill is at the wood in third, pacing fourth, Rich and Ponderous. As they move around the turn, the leader Prancing Queen. On the outside, Backwoods Rose. At the half was 1 minute and 4/5 as they pace into the backstretch. Love Me Hill is right there. Rich and Ponderous trying to move on from fourth. In their fifth, Mael's Real Terror with Hey Delilah. To 3/4 they go, and the leader is still Prancing Queen. They're in second, Love Me Hill. Off stride is Backwoods Rose. 3/4, 1:30 and 2. Pacing around the turn to the top of the stretch. Prancing Queen trying to see it through. Love Me Hill is angled to the outside as they come to the top of the stretch. Prancing Queen, Love Me Hill trying to pounce from the pocket. Prancing Queen, Love Me Hill, Prancing Queen and Love Me Hill, Prancing Queen held on. Love Me Hill in for second, Mael's Real Terror gets third. Time of the mile, 1:58, 3/5.
Last quarter unofficial, 28 and 1. Looked like 1-2-5. What another great finish that was. Another good finish. That's at the last half in 57 and 4, I believe. All I can say is wow. Prancing Queen, Chris Lems in the sulky. Scott Cox trained. Part ownership, Jason Ash. Parent Racing Stable. And Scott Cox. With Prancing Queen's a 2-year-old filly down by the seaside. Out of Ideal Helen by Western Ideal. This was her third parimutuel, or third start. She had 2 qualifiers. Then she went to Next Generation. Susan and I were talking about how they went in. She went in 54-3, and the Next Generation went 51-3. And this was, I don't say it was an easy race for her, but it was an excellent race. But
moving into the winner's circle after winning the 5th race, it is the one Prancing Queen. Prancing Queen.
Looks like a
leader from start to finish. 2-year-old bay filly down by the seaside out of Ideal Helen by Western Ideal by Jason Ash. Parent Racing Stable, Scott Cox. Scott Cox is the trainer. Chris Lems, the winning driver.
Close bridle, shadow roll. Instantly, we're talking about shadow roll.
This one's sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm.
A horse gal, she says about we're talking about the Daisy.
Shady Daisy
Shadow with the
Prancing Queen, the race winner. Lovely Hill second.
A shadow roll is exactly what it's for.
Miles Will
If they see a shadow on the track,
sixth, and Fear Her Touch.
They will take a little skip off there. They'll make a jump.
1, 2, 7, 4, 3, 6, 5 on the bottom. 31 and 4. 1 minute 4 fifths. 1:30 and 2 fifths. 1:58 and 3.
Okay, we'll go back around that rundown. Prancing Queen was the winner. Love Me Hill was second. Miles Real Terror was third.
Patrick Lane,
Richard Ponderous was fourth.
You are the
Fear Her Touch fifth.
Winner of
Hey
the
Delilah
Lucky
was
Loser
sixth,
drawing.
and Backwoods Rose was
Bring
seventh.
on the track for the 6th
Island
race. Let's bring
58
them out for race 6.
Back to the shadow roll.
The shadow roll. So if they see a shadow on the track, they will jump it.
3. Pierce
So you put
Henry
that
on the
shadow
5.
in. That
Page on
always
3. Henry
doesn't
on
work the
5.
first
Yellow
time,
saddle
'cause they
pads. We'll
remember
need
that
6 of you.
shadow
Head
that
them
was
out
there. So
for
they're
the
going to
race
be tricky
6.
animals. And on that short note, with a $15.20 winner, you're a nice try of $106.80. Exact is $77.40. We will be back after a few short messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Last year was unique in many ways. The Little Brown Jug isn't the same without you, the fan. Make plans now to attend this year's Little Brown Jug, where history is sure to be made and a new champion will be crowned.
You win the Little Brown Jug!
The 76th Little Brown Jug is Thursday, September 23rd. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR to learn more about ticket packages. Be there!
Thank you.
We are back in Bucyrus for the 6th race. This is the Home Talent Colt Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts. This is their 2nd division. 6 in it. And I'll tell you, for the times we those signature series, those fillies, excellent miles, excellent. And this is the end of July, but usually they don't start really getting or in gear way back when. It was be in August when they get. We're a month ahead of that, maybe even a month and a half.
Yeah.
So
They're a lot faster earlier now.
A lot of faster, yeah. There's no, but Susan, in here.
Race 11-2, Rose Run Ulysses, Ryan Stahl. Ryan Stahl on Rose Run Ulysses, race number 11. That being
that last commercial about Delaware reminded me of the Sauce Guys, who are sponsoring something that we're giving away at Delaware. And it really reminded me because when he was here, he left his phone here, and I thought, shoot, I can't call him. I hope he remembers that his phone is here. So he just came back and picked up his phone. So
it was our samples. I want our samples.
Yeah.
I will get some up in Mount Gilead.
Yeah.
Because that sounds at home. I'll just instead of being jabbering away, I'll just be going, delicious, excellent. But
yep, that was a nice story about those guys, two cousins that started a business and have just done really, really well. And they're gracious enough to sponsor the Buckeye Stallion series with us.
Who needs to watch the Shark Tank? There's the American Success Story right here on OHHA.
We should have done that. Is that your computer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought maybe he left his computer too.
Well, if he did, yes, I bought the sample. But yeah.
Okay, we got the post parade for the 6th coming up.
Here's the stock incorporated 2-year-old Colt Pacers. First $5,531. 1 is bonus time L with Hank Levan. 2, Pit Panda. Chris Lems on the bike. 3 is Point Place, driver change to Chris Page. 4, Saved SC, Alex Hawk. 5, Fear the L, driver change Pierce Henry. And the 6, looking for wiggle room, Derek Wadaker in the sulky. That's the field for race 6, Chris Page on 3, Pierce Henry on 5.
Okay, this is part of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. Home Talent is one of 4
Just want to compliment you guys on a good post parade that time. Let's try to have these from here on out. Have them ready for race 7. As soon as race 6 is over, we'll be calling you out for the 7th.
Ayers was complimenting the drivers on a nice post parade. And it was. They were actually in numerical order.
Yes.
And they had a little space between them. That's kind of nice. I think because we're broadcasting these now, it makes a big difference. It used to be that you didn't worry about the post parade as much because if you were sitting in the grandstand, you could see all the horses. So when you talked about the 2-horse, if the 2-horse was not right in the same spot, it didn't really matter. But now that we're broadcasting, it's really nice to have them in the correct order.
Well, it's also they're more aware. They used to say you're going to be on TV, and so you don't want to be constantly late. So
right.
But
and we said this is a Home Talent Colt Stakes, and there are 4 Colt circuits in Ohio. The Home Talent Colt Stakes, the Ohio Colt Racing Association, the Southern Valley Colt Circuit, and the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. And that's 4 different places, and they're kind of geographic, but not exactly geographically located. But you can go to our website, ohha.com, and when you go to the part that shows the nominations, the section that you click on nominations and standings, and you can go and you can see a map, and it's color-coded so you can see which Colt circuit has which fairs.
Now, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference has 22 members?
I think 21 this year.
21,
yep.
and OCRA.
OCRA.
Yeah, it has
19.
Okay, then now those are 2 largest.
Yep.
Home Talent Colt Stakes is
15, I think.
Okay.
Southern Valley maybe 10 or maybe 12. I can't remember right now.
But so they have, and they're all different circuits. They got the track, but some of them intertwine. They cross over, and if you enter more than multiples, you can. Well, it's almost like planning a summer vacation and getting paid for it.
Yes, exactly.
See.
Yeah, you plan out where you want to race and what tracks you want to go to, and then you just pay them into those, and works out really well. And again, it's back to the opportunities that are here in Ohio. It's just pretty incredible.
Also, if you want to dodge a horse like Designer Specs, if you should be racing down Washington Courthouse.
That's right.
She's up here. But
yeah, we are racing at Washington Courthouse tonight, and that should also be on our YouTube page. We're having a little trouble with Facebook, and I am not a technical person, so I don't really know what it is, but we will try to get that back. We're so close to a new website that's going to be for the fans, and it'll have all these races on it. It's going to be much easier for you all to find something. And I truly, truly believe that we are close. I'm I'm just wishing and hoping
we have
how close we are.
So far, we have the www.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I think we got an O now.
Oh, you got an O there,
close.
right?
Yeah. So we are broadcasting from Washington Courthouse as well tonight.
The horses here in the 6th race, the 2-year-old colts. Of course, he looks like
the starter is gathering the field for the upcoming 6th
head
race.
Up towards the gate.
2-year-old colt Pacers, sponsored by Here's the Stock Incorporated.
Panda. He was an easy winner
at way to the gate.
Hilliard in the Ohio Fair Stake down there. That was a home challenge colt stakes too. He win Northfield. 56 and 4 in the slot. So he should be the favorite, and rightly so. 2-5. Second favorite will be the 1 at 9-2. That's bonus time. Hank Levan in the sulky. And third favorite.
So the month's personal starting gate is rolling.
3 at Point Place.
First $5,531, 2-year-old colt. Pacers, a field of 6. Make their way to the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off into pacing. Pit Panda goes out there seeking the top. As they move around the initial turn, Point Place is up on the outside, and Pit Panda has jumped off stride as they move around the turn to the backstretch, so taking the lead, Point Place. Oh, there to be now second. Bonus time out on the outside. Saved at Sea is coming on for Hawk. Then we find looking for wiggle room. Over there next is a Fear the Owl. And after the break, Pit Panda. Pacing on by the opening quarter here in Point Place is they're in 30 1/5. Into the turn they go, in there to be second. We will find Saved at Sea, gapping third, bonus time L. In there to be next comes Fear the Owl, off stride again with Pit Panda. As they drive down here to the half and out with the lead, Point Place and Page showing out the way by a length and a half. In there to be second, Saved at Sea. Bonus time L is there in third. Pacing in there fourth is Fear the Owl, a half, 1 minute, 1/5. Over there to be next is looking for wiggle room, that trailer, Pit Panda. Moving around the turn to the backside, the leader remains Point Place. In there second, Saved at Sea. In third, bonus time L. Then it's Fear the L in fourth, looking for wiggle room, and Pit Panda. They continued on to the 3/4. And the leader, Point Place. On to the outside, Saved at Sea is now trying to pounce from the pocket. 3/4 in 1:30 and 3 as they pace around that final turn. The leader is Point Place. In their second, Saved at Sea. Bonus time L is third. Pacing to the top of the stretch, and it's Point Place who's given this field the slip. Now he leads them by 3. In there to be second, Saved at Sea, but Point Place is going to take them here, and Point Place to win. Saved at Sea in for second, looking for wiggle room, gets third. 159, 4/5.
Point Place and Chris Page. winning in 1:59 and 4.
This crowd, what a roar and applause. What a great crowd.
They are. And there was a collective, when Pit Panda made a break. So that looks like Pit Panda maybe was the favorite.
3-5
3 to 5. So
yeah.
there was quite a groan in the stands when she went off stride. He went off stride.
A collective groan.
Yes.
We were kind of we weren't too happy either. It was like, ooh.
Yeah, but like we said, this is just a great crowd here at the Crawford County Fair. And they're really into it.
Yes,
they're not just sitting here to pass the time. No, they're into it.
They're eating popcorn and corn dogs, and they're having a good time.
Yes. I hope the food stands don't close until after the 11th race.
And this is how racing should be. You should have the fair and the racing, and I mean, they had a full parking lot. They had people. I had to start a line out there waiting to get in. 20 people waiting to get in there.
Really?
Yes.
It's official.
Yeah, and I thought maybe they were just here to see the band, but the band left, and we still got the
Back into the winner's circle after winning race number 6. Winning the 2-year-old Colt Trot, second division, sponsored by Here's the Stock Incorporated. It's the 3 Point Place. Point Place, a 2-year-old Bay Gooded son of the Ponderosa, at a Noble Trixie by Noble and Sam. Oh my Julie and Dale Sweet. And Martin Willem. Marty Willem is the trainer. Chris Page, the winning driver, 1:59 and 4. Bonus Time L was 4th, Pit Panda 5th, Point Place the winner. Saved at Sea was 2nd, Fear the L 6th, Looking for Wiggle Room 3rd. Recheck top down to 4:51, 2:63 on the bottom, 30 and 1/5, 1 minute 1/5, 1:30 and 3/5, 1:59 and 4. Race number 7 is next. Pink Saddle Path, we will need 6 of you. Here in race 7, I have Chris Page driving to 1, Dustin Boffman on the 2, Ryan Stahl on 3, Chris Lems on 4, Chris Hirschberger on 5, Alex Hawk on 6.
Well, we got those changes. I know Susan has, because she's much quicker than I. But this is the 4th division for the 2-year-old Philly Buckeye Stallion Series. Then this one goes for $17,500. And the crowd is getting their money's worth tonight. Mm-hmm. And we shall return for the 6 fillies for the 7th race at Crawford County Fair here in Buenos Aires after a few words from our sponsors.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Hey everyone, if you like horses, you'll love our podcast called Horsing Around. I'm Michelle Gatchell.
And I'm Kelly Bell. And we talk to horse breeders, trainers, and owners about something we all have in common: horses.
We have as much fun learning about horses as we hope you do listening to the people telling us their stories.
Listen Saturday mornings on WDLRradio.com.
Horsing Around is sponsored by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
Okay, I think we'll lead off with the driver changes because every single horse has a different driver than what was programmed.
Yes.
So. And speaking of programs, remember, OHHA.com. In the home page, in the middle column, scroll down until you see live broadcast and fair programs, and you can get your programs there.
Get your programs here.
So we have in this 7th race, we have number 1, Cruising by the Seaside, will be driven by Chris Page. The 2-horse, FOMO, will be driven by Dustin Bothman. The 3-horse, Park Lane Unique, will be driven by Ryan Stahl. The 4-horse, Inherit Resolve, Chris Lems in the bike. The 5-horse, Bittersweet Symphony, Chris Hirschberger. And Alex Hawk will take the lines for the 6-horse, Win Again Can Win.
So, every horse has a different driver.
Yep.
Every horse has a different story. But
4 of these horses were in the Buckeye Stallion Series last week. One of them, the Cruising by the Seaside, won her Buckeye Stallion Series division in 154 and 2. Park Lane Unique finished 2nd, paced her mile in 55 flat. Bittersweet Symphony was also 2nd and paced her mile in 55 flat. And Win Again Can Win finished 4th, paced her mile in 55 and 4. So we could be looking at another fast mile out here.
Now they, in the miles in 54 and 55, last quarters in 28, 28 and 2, 28 and 4. 4, but the slow one, the slow poke of the race is the 6, pacing 55 and 4, but come the last quarter in 29 and 4. The slow poke. All right.
Yep, and then the horses that weren't in that Buckeye Stallion Series, the number 2 horse, FOMO, was in the Ohio Sire Stakes, and she paced her mile in 55 and 1. And Inherent Resolve was also in Ohio Sire Stakes her last start and paced in 55 and 3. So every single one of these paced their last mile in 55 and 4 or under. That's kind of incredible, I think.
It is, and
2-year-old fillies.
2-year-old fillies in there. It's their second lifetime start.
Yeah.
And this Cruising by the Seaside, Virgin Morgan's, this is her 3rd lifetime start coming up. As she won last week, she'll be the favorite, odds-on favorite, I believe. Right now, she's won even money, and she's one win in 2 starts. Her first start, she was in the Next Generation, and that was a one that went in 151 and 3. She paced in 55 and 3. That was her first lifetime start. And to get some of these horses, they'll take a mark as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old, and 57. Well, yeah, we finally made 57, but you see these 2-year-olds, boom, 55, 54. It's amazing. Right now, Cruising by the Seaside is even money. Second favorite, their co-favorites are the 3 and the 4. It's a nice night. It's cool. It's down there. I'm comfortable. I had my shake and bake in the sun for the past 3 days. So I'm good like this.
You got reserve
Chris
heat?
Lamb's on Twisted
Yes, I'm still red. You got this. We're on the 7th race here at Bucyrus of 11. So, nice night, great crowd again. And they track in great condition, and good to see. They do take pride in their Crawford County Fair here at Bucyrus. It's their fair. They're out the whole town. This is actually right now. It's the 200th anniversary of Bucyrus, founded 1821.
Oh,
and here it is, 2021. I had an ancestor, I think.
Oh, Chris just asked Tom if he was there.
Yeah,
that was good.
I feel like it's I was a mere child, though.
Hey, Chris, can you zoom in on that red blanket out there? Because it looks like the Steiner Stock Farm with the Buckeye Stallion Series. It's really a pretty blanket.
That is a good blanket.
Buckeye Stallion Series logo on there. That looks really nice.
Thanks to all our sponsors here at Bucyrus. They're coming around the barn today, and they said, I got to go over and talk with him. He's one of our sponsors. Got to go over and talk with them. They're one of their sponsors.
Yeah.
But they, yeah.
The fair boards really appreciate sponsorships like that, as well as we do at OHHA. We couldn't do a lot of the things that we do if it wasn't for our sponsors. These broadcasts especially. It's really nice to have all the sponsors, and it's good for them to promote their businesses and get their name out there. Now, I wouldn't have never known about the sauce guys, except for today.
I'm thinking of that still. I'm looking forward to Mount Gilead.
How far is Mount Gilead from here?
It's that way a little bit. It's not that far.
Not
it's
far?
just down probably 20 miles.
Oh, okay. And here we are with the post parade for the 7th.
Here are the Pacers for race 7, sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm. 2-year-old fillies, a purse $17,500. One cruising by the seaside. Driver change to Chris Page. 2 is FOMO, make the driver Dustin Boffman. 3, Park Lane Unique, and Ryan Stahl. 4, Inherent Resolve, that driver Chris Lems. 5, Bittersweet Symphony, and Chris Hirschberger. The 6, Winnigan Can Win, Alex Hawk, will be in the sulky. That is the field for the 7th race. Chris Page on 1, Dustin Boffman on 2, Ryan Stahl on 3, Chris Lems on 4, Chris Hirschberger 5, Alex Hawk on 6.
At one horse cruising by the seaside, down by the seaside, and those were in high demand this past fall at the sales. That horse sold at the Lexington Select Sale for $52,000. And then the 2 horse, the Fear the Dragon filly, sold at the Lexington Select Sale for $25,000. Another Fear the Dragon Inherent Resolve sold for $23,000 at the Lexington Select. And Bittersweet Symphony, who is a well-said, sold for $14,000. So some of these are kind of expensive, but
Yes.
they were, like I said, the Down by the Seasides and the Fear the Dragons were in high demand this year.
They're starting to show their metal, as they say, which is good.
A lot of really good stallions coming to stand in the state. As we've talked about all night, people are realizing what a good deal the Ohio program is, and the stallions are coming, the mares are coming. We instituted a Breeders' Award program a few years ago. So if you breed a mare to an Ohio stallion and you keep that mare in Ohio for a minimum of 6 months or 187 days during the year of foaling, you have to register that mare, which is only a $20 fee, and keep up your OHHA memberships, and then you will be eligible for Breeders' Awards. So when the colt you bred goes on and makes a bunch of money,
$1 million.
$1 million, 3 years later, you can get some money.
You'll say, who needs it after $1 million?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's funny how when you talk about this and you're registering the mares in the year that they're bred, and then you have to go out and say, okay, you bred them in 21, they're foaled in 22, they're going to race in 24 and 25, or 23 and 20. Anyway, it's a long wait.
Yes.
It's a long wait for people. You got to give kudos to all these people who are eternally optimistic in the horse business.
Oh yes, and then but if you don't want to wait while you're waiting, you can go out and buy yourself a racehorse.
Yeah.
And race, and as like one gentleman over in the barn over there, he says he got a nice little 2-year-old that he calls Homer, and he says he's looking for a racehorse. He says something to pay the bills on.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole fun about it is, while you bring around a young horse and dream of the millions they're going to make. And we all do. When we were rubbing horses and rubbing the good horses, we would get our stake sheet sometime in May or April, and probably February, and have them all printed. And you'd have the Adios and then with others you have the Hamiltonian, but you just go through it. And of course, it's like looking at a menu, a buffet, and you say, well, look at this, I'm going to be
The
here.
starter is
Of course,
calling him
that's
in for
like
the
6
upcoming
months in
seventh
advance.
race, Buckeye
But
Stallion
it was
Series,
fun to
2-year-olds
look at.
Philly
and
Pacers, sponsored by
everyone can
Steiner
dream.
Stock Farm. Turning in on their way to the months.
Yep, that's what that's
on their way
what
to the
keeps you
month's
going in
principal
this
starting
business,
gate.
is the dreams and hopes.
The eternal optimist. That's it. They're mulling him, ready to go behind the gate. I'm going to have to ride my cruising by the seaside. And Mr. Chris Page in the sulky. Third lifetime start. She's ready to roll. This is another good mile we're going to see here. And she's got competition, though. 3 is 7 to 5 now. So you got the 1-3.
Yeah, as we said, every one of these fillies in their last start has paced in 55 and 4 or lower. Here's Ratliff with the call.
Top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing, cruising by the seaside is looking hard for the lead. On to the outside is Park Lane Unique as they pace around the turn. FOMO is there in third. Over there to be in early fourth is Inherent Resolve as they move into the backstretch. Then on the inside, Bittersweet Symphony and the trailer, Win Again Can Win, as they move on to the opening fraction here and cruising by the seaside. And Chris Page, they dictate the tempo. They lead the way by almost 3. In there to be second, Park Lane Unique and Ryan Stahl as they went by the opening quarter in 30 and 3/5. In there to be next, FOMO looks him over from third. In there in early fourth, Inherent Resolve. Then it's Bittersweet Symphony. Win Again Can Win, trying to catch the others as they straighten away and move down here to the half. The leader cruising by the seaside. Right there in second, Park Lane Unique. As they drive by the stands for the first time. Moving out now is Inherent Resolve moving up. FOMO is at the rail. Then it's Bittersweet Symphony. The half in 1 minute. And 4/5 as they roll around the turn. The trailer remains. Win Again Can Win. They straighten away the backside on their way to 3/4. The leader cruising by the seaside. On to the outside. Second is Inherent Resolve. Third at the rail is Park Lane Unique. Then we have Bittersweet Symphony and FOMO as they continue by 3/4. And the leader cruising by the seaside. 129 and 4. In there to be second is Park Lane Unique on the outside. Inherent Resolve as they wheel and deal to the top of the stretch, cruising by the seaside. First to face the wire. In there to be second is Park Lane Unique. It's still cruising by the seaside. Park Lane Unique is in second, but cruising by the seaside from start to finish. Park Lane Unique in for second. FOMO gets third. Time of the mile, 1:58. 2/5.
Well, I'll bet you wish you would have bet that one.
Nah, it was on 4 to 5. I think those $70 horses, everyone loves those. That mile, unofficial, 158 and 2. Last quarter, 28 and 3, I believe. Finished unofficially 1-3-2. So you have a cold exacta, 2 favorites, and a Quinella. Now the little intrigue will be the 17-1 2 horse for third. Get a little value with your bet, your dollar bill. Again, what a great crowd reaction.
They were just hollering at the half.
I'm been doing this, we're doing this for 2 years. I'm not used to that. It's like, I got to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Know? But this Mr. Chris Page with his, is his second or third?
I have not been keeping track, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Third, our Chris from Trot Page Marketing. This is excellent. That's the first technician was able to tell me that. That's good. He's paying attention to these. But Chris is a veteran that's down at Dayton and Miami Valley. He does camera work down there.
Moving back to the winner's circle, the now official winner of race 7, one cruising by the seaside, a 2-year-old bay filly by Down by the Seaside and a cruising to the dance by Yankee Cruiser. Owned by Carl Howard and Larry Wills, Virgil Morgan Jr. trains. Chris Page is the winning driver. Time of the mile 1:58, 2/5. This one sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm, winning her division of the Buckeye Stallion Series.
That gives her 2 wins in the Buckeye Stallion Series, so she'll be right
Cruising
up
by
at
the
top.
Seaside, the race winner. FOMO was 3rd. Park Lane Unique 2nd. Inherent Resolve was 5th. Bittersweet Symphony 4th. Winnigan Can Win was 6th. Recheck top down to 1-3-2, 5-4, 6 on the bottom. 30 3/5. 1 minute 4/5. 1:29 4. The mile time 1:58 2. Race 8 is next. 2-year-old filly trot. Rather, 3-year-old filly trotters next. Our second division. Purse $5,064. A field of 4. Gray saddle pads. Bring them on the track for the 8th.
Coming up to the second division for the 3-year-old pacing fillies and home talent stakes. There's 4 in it to win it. And we shall return to the 8th at Bucyrus in a few short minutes.
The first Crawford County Fair in 1848 was tiny in comparison to what we know today. Only 10 entries of livestock and needlework were exhibited at the town courthouse. By year 3, the fair was a community-wide gathering, complete with a small racetrack. Harness racing proved to be the main attraction, and when the permanent fairgrounds was purchased, the first thing built was a half-mile track. Crawford County has a rich history of standardbreds. Bucyrus was home to Pickwick Farms. The original owner began the venture in 1884, but it was Walter J. Michael who transformed the breeding farm. Pickwick was the nation's 4th largest breeding farm in the 1970s. It stood great sires like Gene Abbey and Baron Hanover. Michael raised over 1,600 horses, and his impact on the industry was immense. He was president of the United States Trian Association, instigated the creation of the Little Brown Jug, and established Northfield Park, one of Ohio's 4 parimutuel tracks. Michael was elected to Ohio's Living Hall of Fame in 1979 for his contributions. Today, Crawford County is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 nights of live-action harness racing.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
Okay, we are back at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. We've had 7 races in the books. 8th one coming up. I think this is the smallest field that we've had. Just 4 horses in this. It's the second division of the 3-year-old filly trot. Total purse for the 2 divisions was $10,229, and this division goes for $5,064.
And this is one of the easier to do.
Okay, we're currently all over the track. Let's get them together. Let's line them up in pretty good order, please.
But the one is an overlay in here. Look at the money that she's earned. You folks are following on your program. Jogging Sweets, Edward Miller, from Polk, Ohio. 8 starts this season, 6 wins, 1 second. Her only time off the board was in the Ohio Sire Stakes. They went for 60,000 Northfield. She still trotted 56, last quarter 29-4, but she finished 8th. And now she's back where she belongs. This division, the fillies, is sponsored by the Dormerfall Racing Enterprises. And they, a couple from Sylvania, Ohio.
Which Tom will tell you more about after this post parade.
Absolutely.
So that's the call to post for the 8th race, sponsored by Dormerfall Racing Enterprises. 3-year-old filly trot, purse of $5,064. Win place, exacta, trifecta, daily doubles. Daily double races 8 and 9. 1 is Jogging Sweets with Edward Miller. 2, I've Got the Will, Rosie Weaver up. 3 is She's a Witch and Chris Hirschberger. 4 is Air Jordan L with Hank Levan in the sulky. That's the field for the 8th race. No change in race 8. Don't forget, this starts a daily double for races 8 and 9. Looking at race 9, we have Chris Lems driving the 1, Chris Page on 4.
But the Dormerfalls are also, like Ron Cooper, they started out as fans, and they got into fractional owners, and but now they are so involved in the business, they just go around, they sponsor races, and they will give $100 to the winning driver when they win. And at several fairs we see them. Fran was fantastic. She used to help me at the Racing with the Stars booth. I mean, she'd keep an eye on things, and I could run off and watch a race or maybe wager a little bit. But she was yes, and then but they've really become involved in the business, and they're fractional owners now. And again, it's just great to see folks get involved. You know.
Yes, it is. It's fractional ownership. We've talked about it a lot. And one of our sponsors of the fair is the Stable.ca. And you've probably seen those commercials if you were paying attention in between races. You see the Stable.ca, and they are probably the biggest fractional ownership around. They have 600-700 owners from all over the world and many, many horses. And they run a classy operation. They have Anthony McDonald, who is the trainer, and he and his wife own the Stable.ca. He does a lot of podcasts. You can, if you're driving someplace, you can always watch his or listen. I shouldn't say you shouldn't watch while you're driving, but you can listen to his podcast, and he gives a lot of information. And I think now trainers and we're getting more information than we ever used to. It used to be that you didn't really know about this business much. It was kind of just, you had to be in the know.
Yes, you had to be part of the crowd, and and I'll tell you, even the grandstand from the years ago, from when I first got into it, it was like, well, I do know so-and-so, I know that driver, right? Mm-hmm. And not people that he knew. They said, well, that they've been driving for 10 years, but I do know him from out there. But And if the trainers used to send you a postcard once a month on how your horse was doing.
Oh.
You get a postcard and it says trained well, trained in 220, and then you have to wait. And but then the bigger owners, they would call on the phone, and then it just expanded this. Now they're instantly, they get newsletters, they get all that, and it keeps you involved.
Well, and just like this, used to be, I mean, if you don't live somewhat close to Crawford County, you're probably not going to make, you may make the trip up here to watch your horse, or you may not. But now, if you live far, far away, like
our
we have
next
owners
lucky
from
loser
Las
winner
Vegas,
is
we
Ron
have owners from
Sand.
Pennsylvania,
Ron Sand, congratulations! You just won yourself a gift card. You can pick that up at the Mutual Line.
But people can now watch their colts.
Yes, that's a great. And a lot of people have come up and thanked us.
Yes.
Said thank you, HHA, for broadcasting this fairs, because somebody might be racing here at Bucyrus, but they want to watch their colt down at Washington Courthouse.
Yeah.
Or Scioto tonight.
Yes.
They're racing Scioto now, and they want to see how their colt's going to do.
Yeah.
And you can catch the replays as one of the bonus of the whole system by going to Trot and Pace Marketing. And if you want to find out how Jogging Sweets did today, which I think she'll win again, and so does everybody else at 1 to 5. And but you type a horse's name in, it will bring up all their races that they've been, which is also great if you're thinking of buying a horse.
You can watch them.
Watch them where they. So.
Yep. So that's trotandpacemarketing.com. That website. You go to the horse racing. I think they have 4 different sections on the homepage. But it's a good way to see the fair replays. Many of the tracks, like Northfield, Scioto, they have their replays up that you can watch, or you can have your RTN, your racing network, and you can watch races live and go back. They have all the replays on there too. But many ways to watch your horses now.
And they didn't have that years ago.
Right.
And we're going to be expanding, and technology is wonderful, but not for me, because I'm lost in the 50s again.
This is definitely the information age.
Yes.
You can find out anything. I just saw a guy with a Green Bay Packer shirt on. Go Packers.
The starter is called in the horses for the 8th
They're
race.
moving around the
Philly
gate for
Trotters, a purse $5,064.
The 8th race here at Crawford County and Bucyrus, Ohio.
Racing Enterprises. Field of 4 moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting, and Jogging Sweets uses that rail to her advantage. She's a Witch is up on the outside, losing stride, I've got the will. And the trailer is here, Jordan L, as they circle the turn to the back stretch, and She's a Witch trying to get the lead. On the inside, Jogging Sweets as they roll up the back stretch, and Jogging Sweets is off stride. Shows She's a Witch has the lead. Jogging Sweets folded up like an accordion there as they move on to the opening fraction. Up into second is here, Jordan L. Jogging Sweets is third. Opening quarter 29-4. The trailer, I've got the will. As they trot around the turn, they're strung out from here to Galleon. And out there with the lead, with them on top, it is She's a Witch. Over there in second, Air Jordan L. Further back to I've Got the Will, and the trailer, Jogging Sweets. Coming down here to the half, the leader, She's a Witch. Air Jordan L in second. Further back to I've Got the Will, and the heavy favorite is out of it, the half, 59-1. On into the turn they go. Out with the lead, with them on top, She's a Witch. In second, Air Jordan L. Further back to I've Got the Will, and Jogging Sweets as they trot into the back stretch on their way to 3/4. And the leader is still She's a witch. Air Jordanelle is second. I've Got the Will is third, with Jogging Sweets as they continue on to 3/4 after 1:29 and 2. And it's She's a Witch. Air Jordanelle is trying to get closer. Further back to Jogging Sweets and I've Got the Will as they come to the top of the stretch. Out there turning first, She's a Witch. She's a Witch turns first by 2. Air Jordanelle is in second. Further back to Jogging Sweets in third. As they come to the wire, it's She's a Witch. She's a Witch will win. In for second, Air Jordanelle. Jogging Sweets gets third. 2 minutes, 3/5.
3-4-1. And the 3 went off at 5-1. 4 went off at 5-1. The 1 was 1-5. 2 minutes and 3/5. New lifetime mark for the daughter of Break the Bank, Kay.
Actually, she had a qualifying mark of 2 minutes and 2/5. So.
2 minutes and 2/5.
Yep, and this is 2 minutes and 3.
Oh, that's right. I was looking at a different horse. I got to read this program a little bit better. She went 2-3-2 at Croton last year. This is her first win of the year on 9 starts. And she
kind of lucked out when Jogging Sweets made a break, but that's what happens. That's why we race them. We don't decide beforehand.
Right.
Gotta race them.
There's no such thing as a sure thing.
Right.
I'm down that. Again, that's a...
Moving back to the winner's circle after winning the 8th race. It's 3, She's a Witch. She's a Witch, a 3-year-old bay filly by Wishing Stone out of a Witch's Magic Brew by CR Royal Magic. I'm a Bob Troyer. Chris Hirschberger trains and is the winning driver. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 3/5. This one sponsored by Darmoful Racing Enterprises. Darmoful Racing giving the winning driver a $100 bonus for winning their sponsored race.
Did you see where the $100 bonus went?
No.
The wife just snatched it right out of his hand. I don't even think
Sweets
a
was
sight
third.
of it.
I've Got the Will 4th. She's a Witch the winner. Air Jordanelle 2nd.
That's nice.
3, 4,
It's like
1, 2.
win,
29 and
we'll
4.
celebrate.
59 and 1. 129 and 2. 2 minutes, 3/5.
Yeah, that's a very nice gesture by the Dharma Falls. You know what I've noticed in the
Race
winter
9
circle
is
out there?
next.
A lot of babies.
Orange saddle pads. We'll need 6 of you. Bring them out for the 9th race. We have Chris Lenz driving the 1.
There's a lot
Chris
of free
Page
time.
on 4. Needing a driver on 5.
Susan, so the 8th is history.
8th is history, and now we are up to the 9th race.
Checks
the
1 through
5th
7
of
available in the
5
speed
divisions
office. Checks
of the
1
Buckeye
through
Stallion
7
series
available in the
for
speed
2-year-old
office.
fillies. We have 4 of them that raced in the Buckeye Stallion series last week at Northfield, and we'll talk a little bit more about them when we come back from these messages.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
We're back at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. You know, something I'm kind of missing tonight is that a lot of times we are broadcasting on Facebook, and we've got all these people that are making comments, and it's kind of fun to interact with them. So hopefully we can get back to broadcasting on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
also,
YouTube should have a chat option.
YouTube has a chat option? Oh, I didn't know. Learned something new. So, a live chat. Okay. I will have to look for that and see if we can find it, because I think it's really fun the way that we've had so many people basically all over the world watching and making comments and being encouraging, and so happy to be able to watch the races.
Right, and they're cheering on their horse, and they say that it is, and we appreciate the comments, and a lot of you folks say compliment us, say good job and all that. We try our best, and it's like it's amazing. Like, we're here, and you're watching and talking. Alaska, Scotland, Ireland.
Yeah.
Even
that is amazing.
It is, and with the picture and sound sometimes as clear as clarity. Clarity is unbelievable. I do get a kick out of those old posts from like the any major stake races back in the 60s, and it's so blurry, and it's just, you go, how far have the advancements have come with the digital. This is
and the camera work that Trot and Pace does. I mean, the picture is just so clear and sharp, and they've invested a lot in their equipment, and it shows.
Yep.
So let's look at this ninth race. This is the last division of the Buckeye Stallion Series. She Means Business. Got the rail. She was an Ohio select sale purchase for $23,000. Finished second in the Buckeye Stallion Series last week. Paced her mile in 54-4. And she is partially owned by Amazing Racing Stable, Rod Cooper, who we had up here for a little interview.
Two starts, 2 seconds. She is, and she's qualified. She was second in 57, third in 55 Scioto. She is poised for the picture tonight.
Yeah, she's
nice.
That is cool. Chris just showed me the live chat from the YouTube. Darn it. I'll have to get that up.
You've been busy, though.
Yeah. The 2-horse Fear the Electra, trained by Bill Rhodes, was a $15,000 Ohio select sale, and qualified twice at Northfield and then again at Delaware, pacing 57-2 at Northfield and 57-3 at Delaware.
And that was just in the qualifiers. It's amazing. She was scratched sick.
Let's get together, line them up, and
so this is her
please.
first start back in 3 weeks. Well, no more than that. Just about a month. Yep.
Okay, looks like we're going to have the post parade, and then we'll finish out the field.
Incidentally, last night at Carrollton, Carroll County Fair, my co-host was Don Tiger, and I just have to say, for well-versed, this man knew his horses, and he would look at the post parades, and he could tell he had the eye, which is amazing. He was a smart owner, smart man, and it was a pleasure to work with him. And he
was a natural.
Pick out. He says that the 2-horse is the one, to watch. But I'm looking at the horses now, and here they are for the 9th race, the final division of the 5th division
for
Buckeye
race 9,
Stallion Series.
Sponsored by Steiner Stock Farm, 2-year-old filly pace Buckeye Stallion Series. Purse $17,500. 1 She Means Business with Chris Lems. 2 Fear the Electra, Ryan Stahl. 3 Royalties Dreamer and Alex Hawk. 4 Zelvarg Hanover, make the driver Chris Page. 5 Bud's Baby and Hank Levan. 6 Morning Sunrise, Ronnie Gillespie in the sulky. That's the field for race 9. Chris Lems on 1, Chris Page on 4, Hank Levan on 5.
Okay, Royalties Dreamer has 3-hole with Alex Hawkup. Was a Buckeye Classic purchase for $7,000 and was in the Buckeye Stallion Series last week. Paced a mile in 57-3. Last quarter in 29-3. And the 4-horse Elvar.
We want to give a special thank you to Cody Edwards. Just the other day, this track was not in very good shape, and I tell you, Cody worked tirelessly to get the track in racing tip-top shape. So a big thank you to Cody Edwards for getting the track in good shape here this evening.
Okay, Elvar Hanover was an Ohio Select Select purchase of $27,000. Has Chris Page up today. And also raced in the Buckeye Stallion Series last week. Finished 6th, but paced her mile in 57-2. Last quarter in 29 seconds
members
flat.
that work very hard here to keep the harness racing program going. They are on the track, dragging and working the track between the races. Roger Rowlandson and Tim Reinhardt. So thank you very much, Roger and Tim, for your work here for the harness races.
And we've got Bud's Baby coming out of 5-hole with Hank Levan getting the drive. This horse finished 8th in her Buckeye Stallion Series start at Northfield, but paced her mile in 57-4. Last quarter in 28-3. So even though in defeat, was a very good mile. Morning Sunrise is the coming out of the 6-hole. Ronnie Gillespie in the bike. Also raced in the Buckeye Stallion Series, her last start at Northfield, pacing 58-3. Start before that, she raced in a 2-year-old fillies, non-winners of 1 at Hoosier Park, and paced her mile in 56-3. Last quarter in 27-4.
Smoking. Now, our other division winners of the Buckeye Stallion Series for the 2-year-old fillies were McAngel, Chris Page, 158-2. Future Ex-Wife with Ryan Stowell, 157-1. Prancing Queen, Chris Lems, 158-3. And Cruising by the Seaside with Chris Page, 158-2. They all Slow Smile, 158-3.
Yeah.
And Future Ex-Wife, that mile 157-1.
For the ninth race,
all 4 excellent miles, and I expect we'll see another one here for the 9th at
$17,500 moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Here they come.
9th from Crawford County in Bucyrus, Ohio.
They're off and pacing. She Means Business along the inside with the early lead. Over there to be second, Fear the Electra as they round the turn to the backstretch. In there to be an early third is a Royalties Dreamer. Then it's Elvar Hanover with Morning Sunrise. Bud's Baby is the trailer. They're all in single file as they go to the opening quarter here, and She Means Business on the lead. In there to be second, Fear the Electra. In there to be an early third comes Royalties Dreamer, pacing fourth, Elvar Hanover. The opening quarter, very soft, 31-1. Into the turn they go, then it's Morning Sunrise and Bud's Baby trails. So She Means Business and Chris Lems, they dictate the tempo here, and he's backing down. He's applying the brakes to these as they come down here in front of the stands. Fear the Electra is there in second. It's a Royalties Dreamer third. Elvar Hanover and Page is now on the move on the outside. Also tipping out Morning Sunrise, the trailer, is Bud's Baby. They win here by the half. She Means Business on the lead. Halfway home in 102-3, Fear the Electra in second on the outside. Elvar Hanover is third. Now looking, peeking 3 wide is Morning Sunrise. At the rail comes Royalties Dreamer. The trailer is still Bud's Baby. To 3/4 they go. She Means Business by a length and a half. In their second, Fear the Electra. On the outside is Elvarg Hanover as they pace by 3/4. She means business in 1:32 and 3. Fear the Electra trying to get closer second. Elvarg Hanover is third. In their fourth is Royalties Dreamer as they come to the top of the stretch. And She Means Business has meant business tonight. She turns first. She's out there by 2.5 lengths. And their second is Fear the Electra. But it's She Means Business from start to finish. Fear the Electra finishing second. Elvarg Hanover is third. 2 minutes, 4/5.
She Means Business was taking care of business. Finish looked like a 1-2-4. Got the top, cut the mile. She threw soft fractions, except that 30 seconds down the backside, and I think she smoked home. I'm not too sure what the time was. I'm going to say
2 minutes and 4/5.
you got a mile last quarter, 28 and 1.
Yep. They called her busy around the barn.
Busy.
If we can, Rod Cooper, who was up here doing the interview, who got started in fractional ownership, he owns part of this filly, so we're happy for him. He's down in the winner's circle with Brad Conrad right now, waiting for that filly to come back.
He gets one of those nice Buckeye. Now, when those fractions, they have to cut that up.
Yeah, they have to.
There's a
Divvy
little
everything
square,
up, yeah.
a little square for you, and you get the logo.
Yeah.
Good mile.
Just kind of controlled the fractions and let her fly when she had to.
See, they were soft fractions until they went down the backside, and then they came home in.
Moving back to the winner's circle after winning the 9th race, it is the one, She Means Business. She Means Business, a 2-year-old bay filly by Pet Rock at a Nuzzle Hanover by Western Ideal. On my Miller Racing Stable, Gilbert. Amazing Racing Stable and Horseplay Racing Stable. Ryan Miller is the trainer. Chris Lems, the winning driver. 2 minutes, 4/5. This one sponsored by Steiner's Stock Farm. She Means Business was the winner. Fear the Electra second. Royalties Dreamer was fourth. Elvarg Hanover third. Bud's Baby fifth. And Morning Sunrise sixth. 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6 on the bottom. 31 and 1. 102 and 3. 132 and 3. 2 minutes, 4/5. Race 10 is next. Red and blue saddle pads. We need 7 of you. Head them out for the 10th race. We have Ryan Stahl driving the 2, Ronnie Gillespie on 3, Scratch the 4, Chris Page on 5, Alex Hawk on the 8.
And with that fantastic finish, we shall be back in a few short minutes for the 10th race, the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings First Division. Pacers going for $10,162 here at Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. We'll be back.
Last year was unique in many ways. The Little Brown Jug isn't the same without you, the fan. Make plans now to attend this year's Little Brown Jug, where history is sure to be made and a new champion will be crowned.
You win the Little Brown Jug!
The 76th Little Brown Jug is Thursday, September 23rd. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR to learn more about ticket packages. Be there!
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
Okay, we are back for the 10th. Second to the last race tonight. It's just been a great night, a beautiful night for racing. Track's in wonderful shape. Horses have been fast. Just a really nice night. I don't see a lot of activity at the beer tent, but maybe people are starting to slow it down a little bit. We can still smell the fair food. It's just a great atmosphere at these county fairs. So we've got the 10th race is the Home Talent Colt Stakes for 3-year-old colts and geldings. Only one division of this, so they are going for $10,162. From the rail out, we have Calvin L. with Hank Levan up. Pine Grove Racer with Ryan Stahl. Racing My Beamer with Ronnie Gillespie. The 4-horse is Scratched. The 5 is Rose Run Warner with Chris Page. The 6 is Wiggle It Jim with Chris Hirschberger. The 7 is Big Boss Hill with Chris Lems. And the 8th is Shoot the Odds with Alex Hawk. A couple of these horses raced at Hilliard last week, or actually just a few days ago. So we do not have the lines for them. Pine Grove Racer looks to have the fastest mark in the race, 51 and 3, I believe that is, at the Meadows. It's already made $17,000 this year, $68,000 lifetime. The 1-horse Calvin L. had 21 starts as a 2-year-old and 11 starts this year already. Has made $40,000 lifetime. It's got a mark of 54 and 4. It was taken at Scioto Downs this year.
Let's get them together. Let's line them up and pray them in order, please.
Okay, we're getting them in order for the post parade. Guys are still working on the track, just keeping it fit as can be.
That's the call to post for race 10. Race 10 sponsored by Munz Pernstall, 3-year-old colt and gelding pacers. The purse here, $10,162. 1 Calvin L. with Hank Levan. 2 Pine Grove Racer, make the driver Ryan Stahl. 3 Racing My Beamer, make the driver Ronnie Gillespie. 4 is Scratched. 5 Rose Run Warner, Chris Page. 6 Wiggle It Jim and Chris Hirschberger. 7 Big Boss Hill, Chris Lems in the bike. And the 8 Shoot the Odds, Alex Hawk in the sulky. That is the field for race 10. We have Ryan Stahl driving 2, Ronnie Gillespie on 3, Scratch 4, Chris Page on 5, Alex Hawk on the 8.
Okay, I was just going to give you a little where we're going to be in the next few days. We're going to be back here at Bucyrus tomorrow at 5:30. And then Saturday, the 24th, we'll be broadcasting from Mount Vernon and Washington Courthouse. Tom will be happy to know that the Racing with the Stars tent is actually, we dusted the cobwebs off, and it's been at Washington Courthouse tonight.
Yes.
And it'll be back at Washington Courthouse on Saturday. Those fairs requested that we bring that out, so we got the old spin the wheel out, and Ashley Daly is down at Washington Courthouse spinning the wheel, asking text trivia and handing out prizes.
All right.
So if you don't have anything to do on Saturday, head down to Washington Courthouse so you can win some prizes.
Spin the wheel.
And the 25th on Sunday will be at Marysville, and on Monday the 26th, and then Mount Vernon and Tiffin on Monday. So that's a 3 three-fair day.
Three-event day, yes.
And the same with Tuesday, the 27th, is a three-fair day. Paynesville, Sydney, and Tiffin. So busy. We will be
Am
busy.
I included in any of those? Yes, I think I know I am. But
Yeah.
it's a busy month ahead. This is the busiest time of year for the fairs. They all take a week back with the Jug Week, and there's only 3 fairs after the Jug. But
in the month of August, there are only 3 days, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, when there is not fair racing in Ohio. And many of them are 3-dayers.
Yes.
Which means the B team has to be on call for those. Or we don't have as nice of a display as Trot and Pace does. We don't get the graphics and so forth, but we still will get you the races. That's the important part, is to see these races.
Well, this gear that they got this year is the size of a small oven, and it's like
a big oven.
Well, yeah, a big oven. It's a little dishwasher.
Yeah.
But there's got so many things to it, so many components, compared to where we started. Just a little keyboard where they started, and now it's everything's downloaded and all that. A lot of work goes into the graphics, etc., like that. I'm one of the fortunate ones. All I got to do is babble a lot. But and Susan has she looks up all the statistics on the horse. She's well versed in that. I remember, of course, way back when, but that's, as I said, I'm lost in the 50s. We're in the 10th. This is the first division. They all one dash for the cash, $10,162. Right now, your favorite is the 1 to 5, Ryan Stahl. And I don't know why he only was beaten in those last week at Northfield.
Oh.
In 150-3.
Wow.
And last quarter in 28-1. And wow, that was the Buckeye Stallion Series. That was on July 4th.
Yeah, and the week before that, he won at the Meadows in 51-3. So this is, I can see why people are picking him.
A Ty Loy trainee, and Ty's part owner, along with Richard Gillick. It's a Columbia Station, Ohio, and Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. Got $66,000 on his card.
Yep, and he was a $7,000 purchase at the Blooded Horse sale as a yearling.
That's a good investment right there.
It is. Yep, it is.
Incidentally, you can't call it an investment because it's more like it's an enjoyment. You know, you can buy stuff and look at the stock market. Says, well, they made $30. But you have a horse, and if they make you money, they become part of the family. Go down, it's like Busy there. They just won the final, this 5th division, or Designer Specs, Chunky. What's her barn name? Chunky. Sure you do. But you all got barn names for all your horses.
Yeah.
And they just say, where do you get that? Well, that's what they act like. The funny, up at the barn, they had a little kitten, it was always in the way. Now you got to put it it's running around, climbing, it's like getting older. But I said, I called it Stagger Lee because it staggered around all the place. Oh. And Brenda, she called him, she says, Indy. I says, what's the name? Indy, because she's so independent. She does what she wants to do. But we've got these barn names. It's funny. So they're still there. Scoring down. They're about ready.
Starters now starting to gather the field up for race 10.
Race 10.
Looks like on the backside of the track, they're showing horses back there. They've got a big, nice ring, nice arena. Looks like that's probably where the 4-H kids will be
Yeah,
showing
they
their
do.
horses.
They've had several shows up there.
Camping area. I've been in fairs in other states, and I have never seen a state where people camp at the fair like they do in Ohio.
They love to camp. It's an event, you know.
It is. It's
a week. It's a week of vacation. You know? And I went down a side road, and they were practicing. They
Horses
had
turning in on their way to the gate.
Pigs out. The big
3-year-old Colton gelding Pacers, a purse here $10,162, sponsored by Munz Pernstall.
The parade. But they're moving in behind the gate for the 10th at the Crawford County Fair here in Bucyrus. 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. The, as should be, Pine Grove Racer with Ryan Stahl. 1-5. Your second favorite is 5-1, the 8 horse. Shoot the Odds with Alex Hawk.
I believe that is the Bob and Melissa Mount
Purse at
starting gate.
$10,162. Top of the stretch for race number 10, and here they come.
Used to belong to Melissa's dad, Dick Roth.
They're off and pacing a good start here and moving out along the inside. Calvin L. Pine Grove Racer is up on the outside, far outside coming on Rose Run Warner. So there are 3 across the racetrack as they straighten away to the backstretch. In there to be 4th, racing My Beamer. Then along the inside is Wiggle It Jim. In there next is Big Boss Hill, and Shoot the Odds is the trailer. So they pace on to the opening quarter, and out there with the lead, Rose Run Warner. Here comes Pine Grove Racer up on the outside, opening fraction 28-3. On into the turn they go. Calvin L is there in 3rd, pacing in 4th. Comes racing My Beamer as they straighten away and move down here to the half. Gapping in there next is Wiggle It Jim. Then it's Big Boss Hill and Shoot the Odds. Coming down here in front of the stands for the first time. Over there now with the lead, Pine Grove Racer and Ryan Stahl. Right there in second is Rose Run Warner. It's Calvin L who's 3rd. The half 56-4 as they pace on into the turn. Pine Grove Racer putting up wicked numbers. On to the outside now is Rose Run Warner. That wasn't fast enough for Page. He wants more as they pace up the backside to 3/4. On the inside is Pine Grove Racer. On the outside, Rose Run Warner. In their 3rd, Calvin L pacing by 3/4. Pine Grove Racer is there in 126-4. On to the outside, Rose Run Warner. Calvin L is 3rd, making their way around the turn to the top of the stretch. Stahl trying to make Pine Grove Racer last on the lead. Rose Run Warner is right there on the outside. Calvin L wants the both of them. We've got a horse race here in Bucyrus as they turn for home. With the lead, it's Rose Run Warner. Up the inside, Big Boss Hill. Pine Grove Racer held on in between them. Very good race here for race 10. Photos all the way around.
Who was it, Susan Schroeder?
I'm pretty sure it was Pine Grove Racer, but yep, Chris says the 2 also. I think we're pretty close to the
finish
Chris,
line.
You're right on the finish line.
2.
I didn't get anything else. That's
7-5. I'm going to say
7-5. Okay. That was a race.
That was an excellent race. 3/4, 126-4. A mile in. That's going to be tough.
I don't know.
They smoked. They were all coming.
And they were going. It wasn't like somebody went to the front and stayed, and waited till the end. They were going. Stahl ducked early, but then he popped right back out when they straightened up on the backside.
Time of the mile, 155 4/5. 155-4.
$155-4. This was this was a new track they put down just about June 1st. is amazing.
Yeah.
And the track roof act, Dale Edwards, he was concerned, said it might be too deep. I don't think it's too deep.
No.
I think it's pretty good.
Well, they've been packing it all night too, which really helps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
55 and 4.
Into the winner's circle after winning the race number 10, and he earned it here. It is the 2 Pine Grove Racer. Pine Grove Racer, a 3-year-old bay-goated son of Racing Hill. Out of Western Royalty by Western Hanover, run by Ty Loy and Richard Gillock. Ty Loy is the trainer. Ryan Stahl, the winning driver, 155 and 4, time of the mile. This race sponsored by Muntz Pernstall. Track record here at Bucyrus, 155. This one got close here with 155 and 4. Calvin L was 4th. Pine Grove Racer the winner. Racing My Beamer was 5th. Moco Bandit scratched. Rose Run Warner 3rd. Wiggle It Jim 6th. Big Boss Hill 2nd. Shoot the Odds 7th. 415, Scratch 36, 27, 28 and 3, 56 and 4, 126 and 4, 155 and 4. Upcoming 11th race, our 11th and final, the Walter Michael Memorial. It's the Signature Series. Purse here, $5,200. We have Ryan Stahl driving the 2, Bill Rhodes on 5, Chris Page on 6, Chris Lems on 7. Exacta Quinella Trifecta Win Play shows in the 11th and final. Don't forget, live racing again tomorrow, post time, 5:30.
So with that win, that was Ryan Stahl's 3rd win of the night. Puts him in a tie with Chris Page. We have 1 race to go. Who will it be?
And they're both in it. So
they're both in it to win it. We shall
or so
return.
is everybody else.
Yes, everybody else. It's a battle out there. We will return to the Signature Series Walter Michael Memorial for the 11th and final race here for Wednesday. And tomorrow we have, how many races we got tomorrow? 8, 10, 11. Somewhere around there. But tomorrow, 9 races tomorrow. So this is the evening's finale. And we shall return after these few fine messages from our fine sponsors.
Last year was unique in many ways. The Little Brown Jug isn't the same without you, the fan. Make plans now to attend this year's Little Brown Jug, where history is sure to be made and a new champion will be crowned.
You win the Little Brown Jug!
The 76th Little Brown Jug is Thursday, September 23rd. Please visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR to learn more about ticket packages. Be there!
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. We usually the 3-year-old colt pacers are the fastest division at a fair, but with this Walter Michael Memorial Signature Series, there's some pretty speedy horses in here. So I'm sure that they won't be just lounging around the track.
It won't be a walkover.
Won't be a walkover, yeah. This Signature Series, the Crawford County Fair applied for and received a feature race grant, which the OHHA gives out to fairs. You have to apply for it and fill out an application and send it in.
So
and
our
then
final
the
race
fair
of the
committee
evening is the Signature Series event for aged pacers, and a lot of these pacers have had very good careers. A lot of fast marks and a lot of money earned. So we're in for a good race coming up for race number 11. Keep them coming for the 11th and final.
So if you're part of a fair program on the speed committee or something, just remember you can go to ohha.com/Ohio Fair Racing, and you'll find information about those feature race grants. And it's something to keep in mind if you want to add a little bit to your fair purse for these different races. You can just apply for it and see. They received $2,000 extra for this race, so the purse would have been like $3,200 without that. So now it's $5,200, which draws a lot of horses, as you can see, with 7 horses in it.
Yes, and it draws a crowd too. You have good horses, good races. It had a good crowd here tonight. This is the best crowd I've seen in a long time.
Yes.
And enthusiastic.
Yes, they are into it.
Let's parade them in order. And again, we're having a staggered post parade here, so allow plenty of room, guys. Allow plenty of room. We're having a nice staggered post parade for the finale.
Finale of Wednesday's races.
Our announcer, Ayers Ratliff, is giving them instructions on how to post parade.
Yeah.
Here they are for the 11th race, the Walter Michael Memorial Signature Series event, purse $5,200. A mark of 152 and 3, earnings of almost $180,000. Alex Hawk drives the 1, Dirty Steve. A lifetime mark of 151 and 3, the winner of this event last year. He's got earnings of almost $250,000. Ryan Stahl will drive the 2, Rose Run Ulysses. A mark of 150 and 4/5, earnings of almost $135,000. Chris Presley drives 3, Big Booty Rudy. A mark of 153 and 3 taken this year. Earnings of almost $75,000. Rosie Weaver taken on the boys with Mancino. A mark of 152 and 1. Earnings of almost $90,000. Bill Rhodes on the 5, Vibrant Calais. A mark of 153 and 2. Earnings of over $30,000. Chris Page drives 6, Real Caesar. And completing the field, a mark of 154. Earnings of over $42,000. Chris Lems on 7, Twisted Sweetness. That's the field for the 11th race. A purse $5,200, our Signature Series event, the Walter Michael Memorial. It's up next. Don't forget, post time tomorrow, 5:30.
That was an excellent post parade.
Very good post parade.
They spread out. I think Ayers did a wonderful job of being able to talk a little bit about each horse. That was great. We want to thank, we had a county commissioner, Doug, come up today and talked about the improvements and everything and how they want to keep this fairgrounds going and what they do. And we had the sauce guys here to talk about their wonderful sauces and their company and how they've expanded so much. And we had Rod Cooper talking about his fractional ownership. So we kind of had a lot of different kinds of people today.
Yeah, and that's as diverse as the horse business is. I mean, and Rod is, again, he was one of the real staunch fans of the Racing with the Stars, and just to see him evolve from being just a someone who questions, but he was a great researcher. He did his homework, and to find successes.
Do you feel like a proud parent?
Sort of like that,
Yeah.
I says that's the guy that used to hang around my tent.
Yeah. Yep.
And he'd correct me all the time.
He is the fractional ownership dream, because he started out small and he just added a little bit at a time. He didn't go crazy, just added a little bit, and now he's got 6 horses, various parts. I still think the most he's in on a horse is 25%, but that's pretty good.
That's good,
big.
yeah. Like if you pick up, it's like the Buckeye Stallion series, they picked up, how much was half of that again, Susan?
$8,750.
Oh, she says she has a memory like a steel trap. And so he gets 25% of that.
Starter starts to gather the field for the 11th race. Just another reminder, we'll be back in action tomorrow. 9 more heats of exciting racing action for you tomorrow. Make sure you're here. We don't want to start without you. Post time tomorrow, 5:30.
So is the
They're
battle
turning in and moving towards the
supremacy
Munch
between
starting
Page and
gate for the
Stahl.
Walter Michael Memorial.
Who do you think will take
The
this
aged pace here, the
race
signature
off?
series event.
I
First
think that there's
$5,200.
5 other people that want this race too.
Let's go with. I'm gonna go out on a limb again.
Are you?
I'm gonna pick Rose Run Ulysses with everybody else in the grandstand, because you is 8-5. The favorite, yeah. Page is currently 24-1. Ooh, my goodness.
Top of the stretch for the 11th race, purse $5,200. It's the getaway pace. Here they come. They're off and a pacing. Dirty Steve looks for the lead. Right there in second, Rose Run Ulysses as they pace around the turn. Mancino's on the outside. Big Booty Rudy is there in fourth. In there to be fifth is Twisted Sweetness. Then it's Vibrant Cali and Real Caesar is the trailer. They move on up the backside the first time, and they're motoring thus far. It's Dirty Steve. He's on the engine. Hawk trying to grab leather, but a horse is going on. In there to be second, Rose Run Ulysses. Opening quarter, 27-1. In there to be third, Big Booty Rudy. In there fourth is Mancino as they continue around the turn. Then we find Twisted Sweetness with Vibrant Cali and Real Caesar. They're in single file as they come down here to the half, and Dirty Steve is on the lead. Rose Run Ulysses, the champion from last year, is there in second. Big Booty Rudy is waddling along in third. Mancino pacing fourth as they go on by the half, 55-1. As they move around the turn, the track record may be in jeopardy with Dirty Steve on the lead. Rose Run Ulysses is starting to get anxious in the pocket as they straighten away to the backside, and now Stahl says, let's go. And here comes Rose Run Ulysses up and after Dirty Steve. Big Booty Rudy is coming on from third. Mancino a pacing fourth, going by 3/4. Rose Run Ulysses is the one to catch now in 1:24.4 around the final turn. Rose Run Ulysses looking for the track record. Big Booty Rudy is trying to close in second. Coming to the top of the stretch, Rose Run Ulysses. Big Booty Rudy rolls up on the outside as they turn for home. It's Ulysses on the inside. Big Booty Rudy on the outside. It's Big Booty Rudy after it all. Rose Run Ulysses second. Mancino got third.
Wow.
New track record here in Bucyrus, Ohio, 1:53, 1/5, the fastest race ever here at the Crawford County Fair.
153-1.
Wow.
Oh. It looked like Rose Run Ulysses had it in the bag, and then Big Booty Rudy kind of
Big
snuck
Booty
up with it.
Rudy!
Wow.
A track record for the Smith family from Xenia, Ohio. Randall Smith, owned by Jessica and Amalia Smith. Here they come down in the golf cart. Big Booty Rudy. Good for them. 5-year-old gelding by Big Bad John. At a Lima Daydream by Art Escape. He has a mark of 150 in Ford, Dayton. It's a nice little young horse.
Yeah, it's only a 5-year-old, so that's, wow, that was fast. That Signature Series. Signature Series are some good series of races across the state of Ohio for the
Coming
older
back
horses.
in front of the stands, the fastest horse ever to race here at the Crawford County Fair, the 3 Big Booty Rudy.
If you can hear the round of applause.
Big Booty Rudy, a 5-year-old Vega, son of Big Bad John, at a Lima Daydream by Art Escape, owned by Jessica and Amelia Smith. Randall Smith is the trainer. Chris Presley, the winning driver, 153-1. It's the Walter Michael Memorial.
Anytime you see a track record, it's amazing. It's just the fastest ever here at Bucyrus.
And congratulations to the horse, the driver, all the connections, but congratulations to the track crew.
Absolutely. You saw, well,
Dirty Steve was 4th, Rose Run Ulysses 2nd, Big Booty Rudy the winner. Mancino 3rd, Vibrant Cali 6th, Real Caesar 7th, Twisted Sweetness was 5th. 4-2-1, 3-6-7, 5 on the bottom, 27-1, 55-1, 124-4, 153, 1/5.
When you hear 3/4 and 24-4, you know you're in for something big.
That's right. I almost stood up off the chair. Right? In fact, I'll stand up right now and give them a round of applause. There's more people coming in.
Our last lucky loser winning here, Robert Reynolds. You just won yourself $100, so congratulations, Robert Reynolds. Go to the Mutual Blinds to claim your prize. So with that, we will wrap it up for tonight's racing action. Make sure you're here tomorrow, 5:30 post time. This has been Erich Ratliff to call the action for you. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, post time, 5:30.
Great job by Ayers.
Yes, always.
Very fine announcer. Usually is at Northfield Park, but he does a lot of fairs during the summer.
Yeah, so again, what a great day of racing here. I think we might have topped Washington Courthouse for fast miles. This was lightning fast.
Yep.
And again, track record. Congratulations to all the parties. This is Tom Pye, the harness guy, along with Susan Schroeder. We want to thank everybody for joining us on YouTube. You folks that couldn't sign in with this is a new system for everyone involved. So hopefully we'll be back online to field your comments, etc. like that. I know we got a couple of texts that why I'm not being posted, but we'll try and we'll do it there because got Susan and Frank tomorrow.
Yep.
And they're doing not Washington Courthouse on Saturday.
Yes.
So,
yep. Tomorrow's the only one.
You can. We'll be entirely devoted to you folks out there. Again, thanks for everyone for joining us on top of the Ohio Harness Horses Association. This is Tom, Susan, and Chris. Front and Pace Marketing. Great job, Chris. As always, this went along good. Just nice and smooth today.
Thank you.
The weather cooperated. So, again, good night from everybody from Bucyrus, Ohio. The Crawford County Fair. We shall see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.